certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Let me get this beef shit over, bruh. God, what is that song? What's that Cash Money Millionaires song? My baby, he live on chrome. My baby, he get his shine on. Oh, what the hell? It's not Get Your Roll On. Don't tell me it's Get Your Roll On, because that's not what it is. Son of a bitch. It just got in my head before the show started. Welcome, everybody. How are you? Good evening. It is the Wednesday evening show. It's the final evening show of the week. I cheated. Again. I cheated. We took Monday off, so it's not totally true. I did like a 2-hour how you doing hungover show Monday morning, but then took the rest of the day off to hang out with my friends from across the country. Then yesterday we did a full day and it was perfect. Great job. We're off to a perfect start today. You guys dug in $20 last night to today. I tell you what, we could be heading for a perfect post-anniversary week and not a single bag yet. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, and all that happy horse shit. I mean, it has been a phenomenal week. I appreciate it. We've got a little bit left to do. We got a few things left to talk about. I did promise the morning show they got until 11 tomorrow, because not only did they throw a considerable amount of money our way, but also they ended up getting over 300 members on Rumble. And I said, if you guys get over 300 members on Rumble, I'll go till 11 tomorrow. So here's my deal for tonight. I figured I needed to offer you guys something similar. You do 20 memberships tonight and the goal gets hit. I'll go till 9. All right? How's that? I mean, it's I gotta offer something to you guys. Otherwise you guys start to think that I like the morning show people more than you. No Pen 15 Fathead with $2 says your hair is on fleek tonight, boss. I'm getting complimented too much, even if you're joking. MSO says, don't you owe a members only show? I did a members only show on Thursday. No, I did. Yes, I did. I did a members show on Thursday. Don't gaslight me. I know I did. Did I not? I thought I did. Did I? I thought I did. Did I? I thought I did. I swear I did. Did I? But I didn't. I did. No, I did. Yes, no. What? We will do one this week, though. For certain. MSO says, I must have missed it. Other people saying no. I'm going to choose to believe you. Boozamok says, I'm here now. You can start the show. Oh, well, good. I guess I was waiting. I was just doing a dog shit job on purpose. It was ironic, this shitty job I was doing, waiting for you to get here. Okay, so what we have, Boozamok says, I know I did. Did I? No, I did. Did I? I didn't, though. No, I did. I did, though. Did I? I didn't. No. Yes. Yeah, I did. No, I did. We'll get there. We'll get there. Welcome to the show. Here's what Wednesday evening shows always are. Wednesday evening shows are always me going, I have all these news stories to talk to you about. I have all these clips to get to. I have all these things I want to do. We're going to have a great time. I want to tell you all about my day today. It was a lot of fun. And then it just gets into the chat, goes fucking ham right away on Wednesdays. And I go in and I start hanging out with you retards. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm not sure. But I will say that today was a solid day. Got a lot of plans made for the weekend. See, that's what happens when you're old. When you're old, a big day is getting all your plans for a few days from now lined up. Oh, yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. I also got all the dishes from over the weekend clean. All the clothes are clean and folded. All I have to do is prep tonight for the morning show. I got the evening show done, and I went, you know what? I'm going to go upstairs, and I'm going to watch The Late Shift for the 900th time. And I did. The HBO 1996 movie based on the book by Bill Carter about Johnny Carson's retirement and Jay Leno and David Letterman trying to take over. Went out and got my Celsius for tomorrow. I mean, I'm just ahead of the goddamn game. I can't help it. Also got to see that the Twins are in full fire sale mode. We're tapping out. The Twins are packing it in. We're not going to win, Twins. We're not going to score. We're not going to win, Twins. Don't watch that baseball soar. We're not going to knock out a home run or shout a hip hooray. We're not going to cheer for the Minnesota Twins today. Then the other piece of sports news. Vikings are in the middle of training camp right now, and apparently our defense fucking smoked everybody today. Like, we had 4 quarterbacks. All of them got picked off at some point by our It was just a huge defensive day. That defense is going to be monstrous. It's going to be the best one of the O'Connell era. J.J. McCarthy's going to lead that weapon-studded offense. I mean, 14 wins? Is there a rule that you can't win 15? 16? I don't know. Taste Ferry Ialto says maybe Carl Pavano is available. Hey! Carl Pavano was one of the most serviceable starters in Twins history. All right? At a time when the Twins were in the weakest division in baseball and sneaking out some AL Central Division championships and being in the postseason when we didn't deserve to, as evidenced by the Yankees sweeping us 4 or 5 years in a row. But Carl Pavano was solid. Okay? Nobody's going to mistake the mustache for an ace. But he was good. Rust Belt says Celsius has a recall. I saw that. There was some kind of thing where Celsius was like they were bottling a vodka seltzer in Celsius cans. And so they had to recall it. Yeah, recall warns that some Celsius energy drink cans accidentally contain alcohol. That would explain so much. I mean, but you shouldn't be drinking more than one of those a day. I mean, you shouldn't be having one a day, but like you really shouldn't be having more than one a day. So if you're having more than one a day, like enough to get shit, you shouldn't be getting shit-faced on 1 Celsius. But yeah, apparently High Noon and Celsius are bottled at the same place, and they did a little Parent Trap mishap. High Noon has issued a recall of one of its popular vodka seltzer drinks, saying some packages may contain Celsius energy drink cans filled with the alcoholic beverage. The cans labeled as Celsius Astro Vibe Sparkling Blue Raz Edition. All right, I'm not that gay. I don't drink that one. Were found in certain shipments of High Noon's Beach Variety 12 packs. The error could cause people to unknowingly consume alcohol, which poses health and safety. Well, yeah, I mean, they're saying, especially for children who might consume Celsius. If you're letting your children consume Celsius, I'm calling CPS on you. There's no, I made my youngest daughter wait till she was 6 before I'd even let her have bubbler. I mean, we're not messing around with Celsius. The error could cause people to unknowingly consume alcohol, The issue was traced to a packaging supplier that accidentally sent Celsius branded cans to High Noon's facilities. And the people who work at these canning facilities, they just fuck it. Whatever comes in on the truck, run it through. They affected products that were shipped to retailers and distributors in late July. They were distributed to states like Florida, Michigan, New York, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Virginia, and Wisconsin. High Noon is urging customers to throw away any Celsius cans that may be affected and contact the company for a refund. Wait a minute. You're telling people that their Celsius you're telling adults that their Celsius contains booze, and that if their Celsius tastes like booze, throw it out and get no, I'll drink the booze. I'm not going to turn in the fucking Celsius. What a teacher's pet fucking you forgot to give us homework teacher move that is. Hi, Celsius. You put an alcoholic beverage that I enjoy far more than your nuclear piss water in my nuclear piss water can? Fuck is wrong with you? Preseason starts tomorrow, said Chad Buzamok. Is that the Hall of Fame games tomorrow, huh? God, is it Thursday already? Oh, yeah, I'm a day behind everything. McBuster. Oh, God, McBuster. Just focus on the show, buddy. They call me Mario, says, who the fuck drinks High Noon? You hand women a vodka seltzer. It doesn't matter what it says on the label. They'll drink it. Women don't know yet that the hard Frescas are the best seltzer drink there is. I got the variety pack while Keanu was here. You see, if I get the hard Fresca variety pack while Keanu's here, then when I go in to get one, I can go, oh, well, I guess I'll try it. And then go, hey, Keanu, you ever tried these? They're great. I got a 12-pack of White Claws because Keanu likes White Claws. She's an OG like that. And then when she was running out of White Claws Monday, I went and got the 8-pack of Frescas. And between the two of us, we took that down, and all my Bisconti alcohol was gone. The stuff that I bought Friday for them was gone by Monday. I got Gino a bottle of Jameson. And, really, both Keanu and Gino were drinking from the Jameson, and they didn't finish that bottle until Monday. I think one of them might have put a little... Well, Keanu stays up late, and we had to leave at like 3:15, so she never went. I don't think she went to bed. I think she had one, and that was the end of it. That was the last of the Jameson. So it was, I bought the perfect amount of shit. I bet Aaron enjoys a good High Noon. I like a good Fresca. I like a good hard That could have... You know what really troubles me? What really stresses me out is the fact that I'll be gay effortlessly. That's the problem. That's the issue that I'm having. I don't know. They call me Mario, says, why not have a carbless while you're at it? Oh, no. Carbless is really good, too. You're right. No, carbless is very solid. Carbless and Fresca, they can tie for the best. Miss Tay gifting a membership to Dinosaur Fuel. Thank you, Miss Tay. Hey, Dinosaur Fuel, this is how we did it this morning. This is how the morning crew ran through that goal today. You got gifted a membership on Rumble. Go ahead and gift one back, or 5. Who gives a shit? And we noticed in the morning that it goal's gone in no time. Thank you, Miss Tay. Also, 19 more gifted memberships on Rumble, and I'll stick around till 9 as a thanks a lot. As a thank you. My lost interest with $2. Did you see Trump considered pardoning Diddy? Yeah, we're going to get to that tonight. Red Fox Mad with $1.99. Aaron, so you like Red Bull energy drinks. I like sugar-free Red Bull. I do. April got me on the sugar-free Red Bull. But Celsius is just... this is so gay. Celsius has the better flavors, I've found. Eric Cartman says, Aaron, would you fuck Bill Schultz or can he fuck you? No. On both counts. Chad Buzamok says, Toe's a true mo, especially when it comes to drinking. Look, I love Minnesota Gold. It's a great beer. I love an old-fashioned, but I also like a bloody. I also like a Fresca. I also like, I don't mind a carbless. I know who I am. Thank you. Buzamok says, took down an 8-pack. I can drink a 30-pack of beer to myself, no probs. Well, look, you're an alcoholic. I'm not. I'm sorry that I can't keep up. 30-pack of Strohs, 30-pack of Ho. No Rogaine in the propane flow. Am I right, Buzamok? Kiki likes Aaron because he is gay like her brother. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Rust Belt says the V8 energy drinks are good. I've never had those. Never had them. Buzamok says clipping it. God damn it. God damn it. Eric Cartman says, you like a bloody what bumhole? Is that what we're doing now? We're going back to the gay thing with the bumhole and everything else. All right. I see we're being very mature today. Very mature. All right, guys, thank you very much. Starting off today, 170 away from tonight's goal and 19 memberships on Rumble from going until 9 o'clock. They call me Mario says, I bet Aaron would drink a Blatz Light if someone offered him one. Huh? Blatz Light 24-pack cans. Yes, I'm 21 plus. Jesus, I'm not trying to watch gay porn. Blatz Light. Oh, that looks like a cheap fucking beer. Holy shit. Who even makes that? Brewed with the finest 6-row barley our country can grow. Blatz marries old world gumakite with new world creativity. I'm pretty sure I just said a slur. Next time the barkeep asks what brand you want, ask for Milwaukee's finest beer, Blatz. I've never heard of Blatz. It's $15.49 for a 24-pack. Man, when I was in my 20s and before inflation took everything to a crazy place, like even the domestic light beers were like $20 for a case. You got a case of like Bud Light, that was still like $20. Jesus Christ. Now today, like 15 years later, we're $15.49 for a 25-pack. Is that even legal? Gray Duckling with $2 says, did you just basically, I know my truth? Yeah. Yeah, I guess I did, didn't I? I my truth to you. Miss Tay gifting a membership to Tronanon. Uh-oh. Miss Tay would like to see that number one spot again, I think. 165 away from the goal. 18 memberships away from going until 9 p.m. tonight. Tronanon, you got a membership. Gift it back. Also, Tronanon. Tronanon's my Rumble guy. I like him. Tronanon, I have a question. If I stream more on Rumble Studio versus Restream, does that earn me more on the Rumble Creator Program side? If the answer is yes, I'm just going to keep going on Rumble Studio, if you don't mind. Miss Tay now has $10 in tonight, so that means she's at 70. She's only $5 behind. No Pen 15 Fathead. 12 Mai Tai Todd gifting 5 memberships over on Rumble.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Holy shit. Thank you very much. That's going to put us 13 memberships away from 9 p.m. and 140 away from tonight's goal. And 12 Mai Tai Todd, I believe, is now on the leaderboard in a big way. He's at $50 total. That's going to put him in. That's going to put him in the cuck chair. Gray Duckling at $39 is falling out of the cuck chair. 12 Mai Tai Todd at $50 now in the cuck chair, but tied for third with Doggo Doesn't Die and Captain Joe. Thank you guys very much. If you got gifted a membership, pay it forward to somebody else. Also, Tronanon says, yes, more studio. More studio hours means more cash from the creator program. Well,
President Trump is...
that scared the shit out of me. Thank you, my lost interest. Then I'm going to start doing that forever then. I mean, who doesn't like more money? We already knocked down, we've dropped our average goal in the mornings. Thanks to the Rumble Creator Program, we're under 300 now. And if that goes up anymore, we'll drop the evening shows under 2. So thank you guys very, very much. 140 is the number. 13 more memberships come in, and we're going until 9 tonight. Okay, let's check out the P. Diddy pardon issue because this is real. This could happen. I mean, Diddy and Trump are pals. Diddy has supported Donald Trump many times in the past, and Donald Trump clearly has no problem helping out sex pests. So this Diddy thing could really be happening. Pardons Diddy. We've got Ghislaine Maxwell has her list of demands for her testifying before Congress. And by the way, Ghislaine Maxwell testifying before Congress just means Ghislaine Maxwell backs up whatever the fucking bullshit Trump and Bondi have going on the Epstein thing. And in exchange for that, she gets her freedom. And look, everybody, nobody's punished except Virginia Giuffre. Let's go ahead and listen to the details on this report. It's a report that Trump could pardon Diddy.
Actually contemplating giving Sean Diddy Combs a full presidential pardon ahead of his sentencing in October, according to a Deadline report. Back in May,
might help him with the black vote. They might think that's pretty gangster.
Trump teased the idea of pardoning him in an Oval Office gaggle.
You mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours. Would you ever consider pardoning him?
You want me to pardon the D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, Diddy? Well, let me answer that question. We're still here. You're rocking with the best. Don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks. Big checks. Who's the boss? Dudes is lost. Don't think 'cause I'm iced out, I'm a cool off. Who else but me? And if you don't feel me, that means you can't touch me. It's ugly, trust me. Trust me, very ugly. Ayo, they call me Diddy. I run this city. Send the cops, DA, and feds to come get me. Cats want to leave me for dead. You're coming with me. Getting head in the Bentley. Red at 150. Straight lose it. Love two things. My money, my music. Might co-write and produce it. Sorry. It's just, I'm going through all of the Diddy lyrics that I know. Continue.
I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was...
You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. Because I can't stop now. We're not stopping. You can hate me now.
...is mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact.
He is doing he's doing hate me now. That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. That's a different song.
That was before Combs was found partially guilty in his high-profile 2-month sex trafficking trial.
Yo, y'all want to fuck with me in my Marty McFly jacket?
Now, Deadline reports an administration source has told them that the president is, quote, seriously considering pardoning the disgraced rap mogul.
Can't believe they let a midget in the White House press corps. Look at that little guy.
Combs had
Somebody get him a step stool, for God's sake.
Faced a possible life sentence if convicted on the top charges at the trial in Manhattan federal court that revealed his twisted preference for freak-offs, ruling drug-fueled...
It's so funny to listen to white people say black people things. He was drinking what people call lean while he was having a freak-off and getting his swerve on.
In which
some people say that P. Diddy was acting, quote, ignorant.
Watched his girlfriend have sex with male escorts. While prosecutors were hoping he would be convicted of federal sex trafficking and racketeering, the jury only found Combs guilty of 2 counts of breaking the Mann Act, a federal law making it a...
That's the Mann Act is when you have escorts fuck your girlfriend. That's the Mann Act. No, the Mann Act is what they used to use to put... black men in jail when they didn't like that they were dating white women. That's how they got Jack Johnson, the boxer, not the artist. They got him on the Mann Act.
Crime to transport someone across state lines for prostitution.
It's way different than getting someone on the mayonnaise. It's a Mann Act joke. It's lawyer humor.
Insiders have told Deadline that the verdict has since turned the idea of Diddy receiving a full presidential pardon from, quote, just another Trump weave to an actionable event. The White House...
You know, violating the Mann Act is almost as bad as violating the Manfred Mann Act. That's when you won't go home. Oh, that was sweet, wasn't it? That wasn't Manfred Mann. God damn it. The Manfred Mann act is when you're blinded by the light. That was Manfred Mann, right? Whatever. Actually, Diddy did violate the Manfred Mann Act because that's do-wah diddy diddy dum diddy too. I think one of those is a Manfred Mann song. One of those. See, this is the strategy of this fine program, is we basically take a big 2 fistfuls of diarrhea and we throw it at a wall and pray to God something sticks. I'm reading some of the chat. McBuster says no, just no. Sam Show says, oh my fucking God, I hate it here. Crowder wears panties, writes fuck. My Lost Interest says he won't stop. Well, I'm not going to start now. Or not going to stop now. Taste Fairy Ialto says, have you ever watched the Ken Burns documentary about Jack Johnson? Dude, watching a Ken Burns documentary is something you do because the only other thing you have to do that day is hang yourself. A fucking Ken Burns documentary? Get the fuck out of here. Hey, you want to watch something about the Civil War for 40 hours and not ever go anywhere ever again? Fuck Ken Burns. He's overrated. I'll watch some YouTuber do a 30-minute PowerPoint about Jack Johnson. No, I'm a boxing nerd, so I know all about Jack Johnson. Beat Jess Willard to become the champion. And lost the title to asshole cunt face, I believe. No, he won the title. He beat Jess Willard for the title, but then to secure the lineage, he beat James Jeffries. I want to say he lost to Marvin Hart. I want to say that's who he lost his belt to, but I could be wrong. Honky says, Manfred Mann Act makes you want to do what Diddy done, Diddy don't. McFuster says, Ken Burns fucking rocks. Eat shit, gay man. Honky then says, Ken Burns is a gay F-word propagandist. Josephus the Negromancer says, a pox on your house. That shit was uncalled for. McBuster says, the Civil War series is incredible. Aaron is an ass fondler. Oof. Female ass. Come on. Female ass fondler. I would love to just 2 hands on a fucking... Well, anyway, Gray Duckling with $2 just writes tomato. I have no context for that. None. Fuck you, dude, with $5. Says, Aaron, are you going to be at the horse pleasuring event at the Benton County Fair? They brought it back. I knew April was returning. I think you have a shot at winning this year. I got lockjaw back in 2006, and they kicked me out of the tournament forever. Performance-enhancing drugs, because they caught me before the horse pleasuring event putting one of those dentist bite bridge things in my mouth. It was not my finest hour. 135 away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much. Throw a couple bucks the toes away. Gift a membership. Why not? Why not? Oh, Crowder Wears Panties says that means he's throwing a tomato at you. Oh, well, as long as there's, the tomatoes wrapped in money, we're fine. So if you guys hammer out $135 tonight and 13 gifted memberships on Rumble, I'll go till 9. That's the deal. All right. So Trump is considering pardoning Diddy. That's like, that sounds like one of those reports like, hey, unnamed sources in the White House say that he might do it. I file that one under believe it when I see it, just like releasing the Epstein list. Honky says horse pleasuring is Frank Pellet. How dare you? How dare you? Never mind. Never mind. They're my friends. I'm not going to. We all got, there's internet things and then there's personal things that got talked about. I'm getting better. I mean, I just totally cockblocked you and hinted at something, and that's really shitty to do, but I also pulled back the reins and didn't say anything impulsively like I usually do. That's a big move for me. Aaron should compete in the hoof cleaning event. Dude, I've watched enough videos on hoof trimming that I could go in there and Probably 1,000% come in last. Let's go to Twitter because Chad Buzamak says that he has a clip for me. And, you know, Buzamak usually is really proud of himself with his clips, but he doesn't seem to understand that he hasn't had one so far that I've liked. He keeps thinking that he's doing these for me, like he's doing a favor for me, and that, hey, isn't this great? Look, I got Aaron. He's always so proud when he brings me these clips. He goes, Aaron, I made a clip for you. Here you go, buddy. And I don't have the heart to tell him by the time it's over, like, Chad Buzamak, you understand that could make me look like an absolute cum guzzler, and that's not good for me. That doesn't work for me, brother. And I do feel like you're cutting these out of context. And he keeps trying, and he gives it another shot. He always comes to me so proud. It's like having a sociopath for a kid. You know, he keeps bringing me beheaded animals. And I go, son, I don't want you to cut the head off of gophers in the backyard. And he's like, but Dad, this one's really good. And it's like, no, son, you're doing a thing that I don't like. Like the fashion in which you do it is not going to change the fact that I don't like it on principle. And Chad Buzamak just keeps coming to me with desecrated animal remains and throwing them at my feet like I'm going to give him a treat for it. Let's go ahead and see what Chad Buzamak brought us. And yes, I am a handsome boy. You know what really troubles me, you know what really stresses me out is the fact that I'll be gay effortlessly. Yes, I'm 21 plus. Jesus, I'm trying to watch gay porn. Actually, you know, that one's he's getting better at it. He's getting a lot, and not in a good way, like in a troubling, again, it's like the kid I was just talking about, like the cuts he's making are a lot cleaner. It's still bad that he's murdering, torturing, and dismembering animals. It's a terrible thing, but his skill at it is getting better, which is more horrifying than you know. Hulkamasha Baby says, you want money after those jokes? Clearly, April's left something at your house and you tried it. Oh. There, you know what? I just kept my mouth shut on another thing. I'm getting a lot better. A lot better. Every one of those was requested, as I remember. See, that's the thing, Buzamak. No, they weren't. They were not. In fact, there were many times where I went, please don't clip that. There were many times where I went, oh no! Oh, geez! And was like, boy, I hope that doesn't get clipped. And then you take that as like a, and it's not. It's not a, it's a no. It's a nish. You take it as an akya. I say it's a nish. And we're two ships passing in the night. You're not understanding me. Fauci's Pangolin says, very accurate at the least. Tronanon says, no means yes. That's not what they say when I watch Law & Order SVU. Oh my God, I'm on the season where Olivia Benson's kid says he's bi, and I'm like, can we not fucking do that? Could we just not? I think it was like 2022 or 2023 season, and it's like, yeah, everybody was doing that a few years ago. Papa Shab says, effortlessly gay, the Aaron Imholt story. It's not, no. I wouldn't write a book called that. Fauci's Pangolin says, I can't donate until I know if the damn butter dish is okay. I'm sure that butter dish is okay. I have a new butter dish now, and I positively love it. So the butter dish is fine. Gift a membership, and you can pass yours along. We did have a good membership train started at the beginning of the show, so let's not let it die. Keep gifting those Rumble memberships. Those are always a fun way. And plus, the person you gift it to doesn't have to watch ads on the channel. So that's kind of a nice gift that you're giving them. Ablo Pacheco says, oh, great. The Troons are ruined Law and Order. No, it's not. No. They sprinkle it in there a little bit, but they keep it out. 09 Canyon says, the last time I watched SVU, Olivia had just gotten the baby, and now he's talking and bi. Yeah, he's like 12 or 13, though, and he's like, some kid was getting bullied for saying they identified as a whatever. And so someone called him, what's the word they use too? Because it's not a word a kid would use. Like called him a queer because they didn't want to go with gay F word on the show. Mariska Hargitay is a big-time liberal, like super social progressive in real life. So she's the executive producer of the show. So she's sprinkling that stuff in there. And so this kid was like, so then I saw him getting picked on for it, and I told everyone I was bi. And I'm like, and by the way, there was no reason to put it in the episode. He's just walking with Olivia, and he just tells this story about getting bullied, some kid getting bullied at school. So he said that he's bi. And then the kid said, but it's okay, Mom, because it's my truth. Ugh. And it's like, and the story, no sense of irony on Mariska Hargitay or anyone else on Law & Order SVU, because the whole topic of that episode was a molestation. And it's like, I don't know if you know about the statistics and the stats with molestation in certain communities, but maybe we shouldn't be tying these two things together. You think? Holy shit. Taste Ferry Ialto saying there's a Ken Burns documentary being done about me. It's called Unforgivable Gayness, the Aaron Imholt story. That's the Unforgivable Blackness was the Jack Johnson one. So now it's Unforgiven. Wanhead Rex says Jane Mansfeld's daughter, Mariska. Yes, Jane Mansfeld's daughter was Mariska Hargitay. Oh, yeah. Pablo Pacheco, the kid did say, that's just my truth, Mom. And I'm like, oh, my God. Still a good show. You know why? They brought Christopher Maloney back, and he's a very toxic male. So they got to balance that out with a half-gay kid. I don't know. All right, let's continue on. 135 is our number for tonight. Thank you for putting us there so quickly. If you'd like to continue on, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants, all the links are in the chat. Oh, no, somebody just renewed their membership for 38 months and then retracted their message. Son of a bitch. It was a moderator, too. Don't be shy. Just throw it out there. All right, over 300 of you checking out the toe already tonight. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, and thank you. We so appreciate you being here. The WNBA is continuing to have some tough moments this week. So we've got the wig thing from yesterday, and then we've got the dildo that got thrown on the court last night. And now, yesterday, there was also an incident where a halftime performer almost knocked out one of the mascots. It's just, look, there's more. Here's what's happening. This kind of shit was probably happening at WNBA games before, but nobody gave a shit. And now there's just more eyeballs on the WNBA. So we're seeing some of these unfortunate events. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. We got like a gymnast, contortionist, flipper type performing at halftime. That's fun for everybody. Oh, my God. My God, it was a plancha. It was a plancha from outside the ring. Oh, as God is my witness, he is broken in half. Business is definitely about to pick up. She's doing flips, and there's a drop kick. My God. And a running knee. Go for the cover. It's fucking funny, dude. That would, see, like for me, that would be the most exciting part of the WNBA game. It would be the mascot getting fucking drop kicked. Its name is Sparky, which is also what happens when two WNBA players have sex with each other with metal legs. This is Sparky. Sparky's apparently okay, which is too bad. I think it was probably the most physical play you saw all night at a WNBA game. That's some old school misogyny right there. Crunch would have beat her ass for that. Oh yeah, Crunch would have got right up off the deck and just started knocking her the fuck out. Crunchy would not have stood for some little tiny lady. Crunch would have probably broken her in half like one of those gargantuan zombies in fucking goddamn it. What's that video game I bought off of Steam? It's a zombie survival game. You're a guy, you can hit people with edged weapons and you can shoot them, and they got big giant mutant fucking zombies. Oh, god damn it. Not Dead Zone. The fuck? God damn it. It's not a very common game either. Shit. Somebody's as big of a nerd as I am. They'll figure it out. Bocephus Negromancer says Shawn Michaels would be pissed knowing that the blacks are using his finisher. Oh, dude, everybody's stolen Sweet Chin music now. It's like the spear. Ablo Pacheco says, glad I wasn't at that game. Security might throw me out for laughing at old Sparky. Yeah, they did that. That girl who lost the wig, one of the fans gave her shit about it, so the ref kicked her out. What a dick. Papa Shop says, imagine being a WNBA mascot. Not even good enough for the mascot for the big leagues. Well, yeah, and then you do it and you still get fucking knocked unconscious. Great. I bet the mascots in the WNBA get paid more than the players. Oh, thank you, McBuster. He figured out what the zombie apocalypse game I was playing is called. Night of the Living Fat. No, that wouldn't be it. That wouldn't be it. It's not Project Zomboid. It's not Dead Island. It's no Fauci's Pangolin. It's not Pac-Man. What is it? It's maybe I still have it. No, I stopped playing it, so I just deleted it. It's in my... Oh, but you know where it is? It's in my Steam. Let's open up Steam. Where the fuck do I even have it? It's either Dead Island or Dying Light. It's neither of those things. Don't be silly. It's fucking somewhere. State of Decay. That's what it's called. State of Decay. And if you're like, Aaron, I don't know what the fuck a State of Decay is, you'll like it. I say give it a shot. I think you'll like State of Decay. If you can find it for nice and cheap, go pick it up. Go pick it up. Sam Show says, oh, that shit is Ruski garbage. Oh, is it? Whoops. Sorry. Ryan the Garbage Man says, here we are at Ancestral Ranch. We're parking cars in the old beat patch. There's a bar in the barn and the place stays packed till the cows come home at Ancestral Ranch. It's fucking stupid. Papa Shab says, more like State of Decay. Effortless for these guys. Effortless. Oh, shit. All right, continue. Enough with the WNBA. We got a dog getting kicked in the head. We got dildos flying around on the court. Actually, overall, kind of seems like a fun place to be. 1:35 away from this evening and our final evening goal of the week. Thank you guys so much. If you do that, plus the 13 gifted memberships on Rumble, we will go until 9 tonight. Hey, you guys aren't going to believe this. You know how for the last 2 years, we've been talking on this show about how there's been all kinds of welfare fraud in Minnesota, from daycare to meals to food stamps to housing, right? Yeah, only for the last 2 or 3 years have we been talking about this. Tim Walz has finally done something about it. And when you find out what he had to do, now remember, these Democrats are just going to do dog and pony show shit. So whatever they do, understand that whatever degree it is, it's a small percentage of what the actual problem is, because they don't want to change or cut any welfare programs. They'll lose part of their voter base. So when you hear that Tim Walz stopped payments to 50 of the largest housing stabilization providers, 50 of them. The state of Minnesota stopped payment to 50 housing stabilization providers because there was widespread fraud in the program. Widespread welfare fraud in Minnesota. And by the way, I'm sure it wasn't some overweight white lady getting a bunch of Somalis to join her in the scheme, because that's never how these things work. But he stopped payment to how many fucking housing stabilization providers are there in Minnesota? And as a gesture, as a get off my fucking back about it, he had to stop payment to 50 of them. Remember, he doesn't want to do this, so he's doing this as a show, and he still had to stop payment to 50. A little too late there, Tim. God, is this guy a non-leader? Governor Tim Walz on Monday said his administration has halted payments to 50 of the largest providers in the state's Housing Stabilization Services program, which federal investigators say is the source of a massive fraud scheme. Is there any goddamn program in Minnesota where there isn't massive fraud? I mean, they were up the Catholic Charities' ass back in 2017 before Trump shut that whole Catholic Charities immigration scam they were running down. Then Somalis are involved in the food stamp thing. They're at front and center of the daycare thing. They're front and center of the Feeding Our Future thing. I'm going to go ahead and guess that what happens is you bring in a bunch of third world immigrants who can't afford a house. Then you get them on government welfare rolls to get them into subsidized housing. And the more you sign up, the more you can turn into the federal government, and they'll give you that money back as part of the taxpayer-funded program. So you get these people who round up as many poor Somalis who can't even speak any English as possible, and then you get them all signed up, whether they're actually living there or not. You turn that into the federal government, you get stinking fucking rich. You know, just like those bleeding heart liberals drew it up. Now, earlier this month, the FBI raided 5 Minnesota businesses that have received millions in Medicaid money for services they didn't provide. Sound familiar, Minnesota? Fuck you people. You fucking voters, they voted for this guy. He's been in there for 6 fucking years. And just now, he knew all this shit was going on. His fucking attorney general knew the players and was friends with the players and went to fundraisers with the people in the Feeding Our Future scandal. So they were aware of this. And just, God, those fucking dumb, septum-piercing, blue-haired dipshit lefties in Minneapolis who are so cultured and so advanced, they vote for this shit, and you could tell them about all these fraudulent welfare programs, and they'd look at you and go, what? Because they don't fucking know, because they don't pay attention. They voted for a lefty who wants tampons in boys' bathrooms, so they feel like they've done their good, decent, progressive deed, and we'll see you again in 4 years. They don't know that the taxpayers are being robbed blind and that this guy's fine with it. So acting U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson told KSTP that the vast majority of the Housing Stabilization Services program is fraudulent. He said that when his current investigations are finished, fraud in programs administered by Minnesota could exceed $1 billion, stemming from a pandemic-era food aid program known as Feeding Our Future, the state's autism program, and rapidly increasing sums allegedly pilfered from other Medicaid programs. It's almost like when you take more of people's tax money and spend more of it on welfare, the more waste, fraud, and abuse there would be, and the more of the taxpayers' time and money you waste. It's almost like the bigger the government gets, the more you invite this shit. Now, the governor said he fully expects some providers could wind up suing to resume payments, as occurred in a now infamous Feeding Our Future lawsuit in 2021. He agreed with Thompson that fraud in Minnesota could exceed $1 billion. Wow, would be great. Hey, don't worry. They asked Tim Walz if his administration should be held accountable. Want to hear what this piece of shit said? He said, quote, well, I think you're always accountable for when things happen. But I think the accountability piece that we're trying to try and understand is we've seen fraud, whether it's in United Healthcare. We've seen it in other places. Is he really trying to push this off onto the private sector? Fuck you, dude. United Healthcare didn't do Feeding Our Future. United Healthcare didn't do the autism thing. They didn't do the housing stabilization services. Don't fucking do that. Just say, yes, I dropped the ball. I should have been watching this shit. It happened on my watch. It's my responsibility. The question is, he continued, in state government, our job is to carry out the programs to try and get the resources to the people who need them. Well, you fucking failed, dude. We work with our partners in the counties and so forth. But I think on this one, the question I'm asking is the safeguard in place strong enough? What a feckless, non-leader, excuse-making asshole. No, they're not strong enough. We raped the federal taxpayers of $1 billion that we know of. And you're sitting there going, the question, I'm really asking is, are the safeguards in place strong enough? Yeah, you know what, Tim, don't hurt yourself thinking. They're fine. Never mind, because you're not going to change anything anyway. Walz said fraudsters took advantage of the flow of money moving through government during the pandemic. God damn it. Can anything be your fault? Could you have fucked anything up? It's United. It's the program. It's COVID. Jesus. Anytime, especially during COVID and post-COVID, when you have that much money moving and the idea is to move it as quickly as possible, folks will take advantage of that. No shit. Almost like we shouldn't let government do it and we should stop. So, especially with governors like you who we know are never going to do anything about it. So my goal is, and thanks to the legislature, we've got some pretty good tools right now. But I think in talking to the U.S. attorney, one of the things we have to think about more of is these people are being arrested and they're going to prison. Right now, the folks who are involved in this, you will be going to prison. Are we going to get our money back, Tim? I didn't think so. I mean, I'll say this. At least that state senator that just dropped out, at least she just directly went into the home she wanted to rob from and stole from it. This guy just lets people get away with pilfering all of us for $1 billion and then going, well, United Healthcare. And I'm thinking $1 billion in fraud. And this motherfucker has the audacity to stand up there like he just had a great idea. He goes, guys, I think that maybe some of these safeguards aren't so good. Yeah, here's a safeguard that needs to be torn down. Voting for Democrats as governor of Minnesota. Removing that safeguard might help a little bit. God. Somebody told Gino, we were at a bar, and somebody told Gino and I that their dad voted for Tim Walz and Kamala Harris, even though they're a diehard Democrat, because that's how bad they wanted to get Tim Walz out of Minnesota. That they voted for him. Bapa Shab says, you guys should be handing out torches and pitchforks at this point. It'll never happen. You've got so many Democrats who love this guy. They still think he's doing a good job. Tim Walz approval rating. Here, multiple polls have been conducted. Here, you ready? June 16th and June 18th, 49%. 49%. A KSTP Survey USA poll conducted in June. Walz approval rating, 58%. Bapa Shab, there will be no pitchforks. We don't deserve it. We get what we fucking deserve. They think this guy's good. Oh, my God. He's befriended many a school shooter. My Lost Interest says Walz for Prez in 2028. Can't wait. Balls to the walls. He'd eat them. Fauci's Pangolin says Tampon Timmy, she sure is a cunt. Papa Shab says Republicans would just send all of your tax money to Israel. It doesn't change anything. Well, that's a good point. At least Tim got it in the hands of Minnesotans. Well, he got it in the hands of Somalis, which had probably found its way back to Mogadishu, most of it. But, we gave it the old college try. Crowder Wears Panties says the state are literal cucks. Yeah. We vote for a guy who rips us off, fucks us over, takes no responsibility, and we go, God, isn't he fucking great? 09 Canyon says Minnesota has always been good, tried to be good about taking care of the needy, but it doesn't work when you have an influx of people who don't feel any connection to the state and the people there. Right. There's no sense of community. They build their own insular communities. They only interact with the rest of the community when they have to. Which, again, nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it's not the healthiest way to build a city or a state. And then you certainly don't hand people free fucking money on top of it. But don't worry, guys. I would say on average about 55% of this state thinks that Tim Walz is just killing it. $5 from Anonymous Fake Dono. Says, I see what you did there when you said I pulled back on the reins when referencing a Chrissy Mayer comment. It's not what I was doing. That's not what I was doing. That was an unfortunate slip of the tongue. So I know you're accusing me of that. I say nay. That's not what I did. Papa Shab says $1 billion of potential fraud should be national news. Yep, it should, shouldn't it? A governor presiding over $1 billion of potential welfare fraud. And nothing. 130 bucks away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. And just 13 memberships away from going to 9 p.m. So thank you very much for that. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. About 300 of you checking out the show. Do what you can. We appreciate you appreciating us. Huckham's Machete becoming a member for 9 months says WNBA got more bob and weave than an Ali Frazier fight. I like that one. Hey, there is there was a death in boxing. It was really, really sad. God damn it, Dusty Rhodes. Chino and I were talking about these a little on the way to the airport. There was a death in boxing. Dwight Muhammad Cowie passed away. I think he was like 70. Dwight Muhammad Cowie was a light heavyweight, cruiserweight, and heavyweight. He was a world champion. He had a great fight with Evander Holyfield at cruiserweight. If you ever want to watch it, damn, it was good. They call it the cruiserweight Ali Frazier. Really good fight. Dwight Muhammad Cowie was his name. Rest in peace. All right, so a lot of people have been doing these. These are those the AI. So they're having AI create certain situations, but all AI is doing is making it super fucking racist. Like there's just, and a lot of it's just black ladies. So I figured we'd just hit play on this one and let it roll. I have not seen this yet, but Dusty Rhodes sent it in.
No cash, hell no.
You ever been in a situation like this with a bonnet-wearing LaFonda? You're not racist. You're just exhausted.
That's when my doctor prescribed me Civilize. Not to make it better, just so I could keep my mouth shut and walk away.
With Civilize, you don't hear the ignorance. You don't feel the heat. You just move forward. Thanks to Civilize, I don't even hear it anymore.
God. You're not racist, just exhausted. It's like, and that's, like I said, why does all of our AI it always ends up going to like the Third Reich. Like for some reason, it always ends up Nazi. And I know what like Sam Show and others are going to say. They're going to go, well, but it does. It always ends, like Grok ended up being a Nazi, a Microsoft AI chat, Google chat. They made chatbots and they all became white supremacists every time. Professor Tie-Dye with $1 says videos of the anniversary show. 2 drunk women were being annoying. One was asking to be kissed where she smells funny. One saying to just put it in even if you need to pee. Who's Kiki? Who's Crunchy? Oh, God. I was outside with Oz for a lot of it. We would do our little Hulk Hogan bit, and then I would go outside looking fucking ridiculous and just drunk talking to Oz. 12 Mai Tai Todd with $20. Wow, thank you, 12 Mai Tai Todd.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
He says Mr. Jazz Hands Walz gave Kamala a Wisconsin blow dryer. All right, hold on. 115 away from today's goal, and also 13 memberships away as well. That means 12 Mai Tai Todd is now tied with Miss Tay for second place. Look at that. 12 Mai Tai Todd is at $70. Doggo Doesn't Die is now in 4th, and Captain Joe is in the cuck chair. Uh-oh. Captain Joe, who was in first place this week back on Monday, is now dangling precariously in the cuck chair. So you got No Pen 15 Fathead at $75, Miss Tay and Mai Tai Todd at 70, Doggo Doesn't Die at 50, and Captain Joe at 50. Thank you guys so much. I have noticed this week that we've been hitting all of our goals with a series of $20 and under donations. As a matter of fact, outside of No Pen 15 Fathead 65 last night, We have not had any contributions over $25. So thank you guys very much. Thank you. 115 is the number for today. Belusier, becoming a member for 38 months, says, give me a hell yeah. Here you go. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Let's get into the... Oh, yeah, that's right. The Dunkin Donuts ad. Or they don't call it Dunkin Donuts anymore. It's simply Dunkin. They made, while Sydney Sweeney decided to... I guess she's a racist now, right? She's a Nazi because she's really fucking hot. I guess noticing that white girls with blonde hair, giant tits, and a great ass is something that it's an aesthetic that a lot of us find attractive. Apparently that makes you a Nazi now. Noticing that that's attractive to shitloads of people. I would argue it's probably just fat women being bitter, but, I'm a dinosaur. Well, Dunkin decided to get in on the genetics train. These fucking retards who are complaining about this American Eagle ad, they've totally proven that they don't understand the difference between genetics and eugenics. Their whole thing is like, that's what the Nazis did. No, the Nazis thing was not, we noticed that chicks with big tits are super hot and they get good genes passed down. The Nazis were into a thing called eugenics, which was trying to influence the gene pool, trying to manipulate and do experiments and, eliminate undesirables. Yes, if American Eagle did an ad that said, Sydney Sweeney's parents have great genes. Her sister had Down syndrome, so she was aborted in the womb, as is our way. Yes, then that would be horrific. That would be eugenics. That would be Nazi Germany or Iceland. Iceland did that. Iceland celebrated like 10 years ago. They said, we've eliminated Down syndrome in Iceland. Nobody has Down syndrome here. And then you go, that's because you aborted all the Down syndrome babies. Like you just murdered them. And they're like, yeah, we fucking did it. We rule. It's like, oh, okay. This is Iceland. We don't put up with no shit from Downsy kids. Like, all right, cool, guys. You're progressive. So this idea that the Sydney Sweeney ad somehow has anything to do with Nazism, they think that all Nazism was, hey, man, chicks with blonde hair and big tits are fucking hot. They should have babies and have more kids with big tits and blonde hair and big asses. No, it's not what the Nazis did. They went, hey, what happens if you cut these Siamese twins in half? That's what the Nazis did. So Dunkin decided to get in on it. And they nobody's given Dunkin shit. Do you think it's because there's no white women to get jealous at the male model that they used? That perhaps this could be about Sydney Sweeney just being the pretty girl and needing to be taken down a peg or two? Let's take a look and you can decide. Because remember, the thing they're mad about with the Sydney Sweeney deal is I've got good genes.
I didn't ask to be the king of summer. It just kind of happened. This tan? Genetics.
Tans are Nazis. Tans are Nazis. Genetics. How fucking dare he? See, but seeing as it was women who had to lose their mind and blow a gasket over Sydney Sweeney, I guess it would have to be men who would have to go after this guy for this. And there's a problem. We're not gay shrieking bitches.
I just got my color analysis back. Guess what?
It'd be funny if he went, no African, and he launched a couple of bottle rockets. Just got my analysis back. Guess what? No sub-Saharan Africa. Roman candles. Dude, could you not make it so obvious, please?
Golden summer. Literally.
That's when you lay back and now just some overweight man's going to piss in his face. It's like, well, this took a turn.
I can't help it. Every time I drink a Dunkin' Golden Hour refresher, it's like the sun just finds me. So if sipping these refreshers makes me the king of summer, guilty as charged.
All right. He referenced his genetics. He said that his great tan and his good looks are all about his genes. I don't know. You know what I've been taught about commercials is that means that he's going to invade Poland and round up Jews. It's too bad. It's too bad. 12 Mai Tai Todd with $20. Wow, holy shit, you're going off the rails today. Thank you, buddy.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
He says, time to take the belt. Check out the HRY doodad that Sweeney just did. HRY. Send me a link. I don't know what that means. The HRY ad. Harry Dude ad that Sweeney just did. Well, before we do anything, let's put you in first place. 12 Mai Tai Todd is now at $90. No Pen is in second at 75. Miss Tay in third at 70. And Mai Tai Todd moving up to that number one spot. Thank you, buddy. And then also an even hundo away from tonight's goal. So $100 away from the goal, 13 memberships away from going until 9 o'clock. Keep going, guys. You got an hour and a half to launch at that $100 goal like a goddamn shooting gallery. All right, they're saying Harry Dudes ad. What the fuck? Oh, maybe he means Hey Dudes, like the shoes. That makes sense. Hey Dudes. Oh, by the way, did you see that Brandon Keith Riley Mitchell guy? He's a sex offender, and they let him and his gay husband adopt or do a kid surrogacy, and they have a baby now. It's so wrong, dude. It's so evil. Political correctness is whatever, but when you're so worried about being called a transphobe or a name or a homophobe that I can't even look at the fucking guy. He makes me sick. But if you're so politically correct that you tolerate a gay guy having a kid even though he's a sex offender, you've OD'd on your progressive pills, dude. It's fucking disgusting. It's really gross. Brandon Keith Riley Mitchell. I don't want to do the story because I'm just going to get way too mad. You can look it up on your own, but it's fucking sick. Basically, they bought themselves a baby. Everyone involved in that should be thrown in prison. Everybody should be thrown in prison for it. Sydney Sweeney for Hey Dude. Okay, is this real? Let's check it out. Yeah, that Mitchell story, I was going to do that this morning too, and I'm like, I'm not going to be fucking angry about this today. No way.
You can take the dude out of the country. You can't take the country out of the dude.
Jesus, she's so fucking it is fucking wrong. I remember when Scarlett Johansson is still drop dead gorgeous, but when she was in her late 20s to early 30s, it was fucking unfair how hot she was. You looked at her and you're like, she was made in a lab. Sydney Sweeney is fucking gorgeous. That's it? Is this one a Nazi ad too?
You can take the dude out of the country. You can't take the country out of the dude.
Can you put the dude in your country? That would be preferable. Holy God. Eva Mendes was another one for me that when she was in her heyday, it was just like, geez, this should be fucking illegal. It's unbelievable. Thank you very much to No Pen 15 Fathead with 20, but the 20s are dropping today. I'll get out of the way and let it happen. He says, Mai Tai Todd, I want the gold. I'm coming for you.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Oh, thank you very much. Now we're $85 away. Thanks, guys. And we have a new person in first place. Let's go ahead and update that. It's now No Pen 15 Fathead at 95. No Pen 15 at 95. And then 12 Mai Tai Todd moves to second. I think I've got her all straightened out at $90. There we go. Thank you, guys. So I missed Tay at 70. Steel Toe Jam says, holy crap, somebody gifted me a membership. Everyone should be that excited. My Lost Interest says, can you play and rewind to the beginning a third time? I mean, just for study, right? Just so we make sure we know we have the right ad, because I could have the wrong ad. Because I just heard about this today. So let's make sure this is the proper Sydney Sweeney. You guys want it full screen? How about full screen? Is that Jesus? And I just want to let you know, yes, it's gay if you whack off while I'm on the screen. Even if it's his little me in the corner. So put your cock away. Look how little it is. Look how little your dick is. Now stop it. Jesus.
You can take the dude out of the country. You can't take the country out of the dude.
We should ban her from getting pregnant until we're done looking at her. She should freeze some embryos, bitch. We're going to be staring for a while. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Did you want me to play it again? Somebody, are you thinking we missed something? Okay, go ahead. No, one more time for him.
You can take the dude out of the country. You can't take the country out of the dude.
Hey, get that fucking lettering out of there. Shit. All she's going to do, by the way, we're kind of over all that being scared of calling everybody a Nazi shit. So all this is going to do is it's going to get Sydney Sweeney more work. It's just going to get her more endorsements and more deals, because all these whiny bitches have proven is that it works. You put her in an ad, people are going to talk about it, and thus people are buying those jeans right now from American Eagle. Undisputed, they're buying those jeans. And the Hey Dudes thing is going to work, and more people are going to put her in ads because they're like, everybody wants to see the next ad she's doing. Honky says Stacey Dash is one Why do you have to call her that, though? My Lost Interest says, bless you. Thank you, buddy. But T. Duden says, Aaron, your breasts are almost as full and voluptuous. I mean, look, you don't have, you're just saying that because you have to. Mad Move says, if it weren't for the hairline, I might choose Aaron's honkers instead. Oh, you don't mean it. Stop it. T. Duden says, she said something. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. She was talking for a while there. Honky says, Sydney is the perfect name for someone I'd like to go down under on. You guys might groan at that. That one's not bad. Crowder Wears Panties says, it's all a psyop. Dude, the IDF can skull fuck a Palestinian to death if it means more Sydney Sweeney ads like that. Dude, you can have like Palestinians walking around like starving Marvin if it means that Sydney Sweeney does more Hey Dudes ad. If it's all a psyop, it's working on me. I'm kidding. It's a genocide, and Netanyahu should be tried as a war criminal. But still, a man has urges. 12 Mai Tai Todd with $20. I can't believe I just said that. Was I want to say, of all the offensive things I've ever said on this show, that's one of the most offensive things I've ever said. That was horrible, because I genuinely do believe that what's happening in Gaza is a legitimate modern genocide, and the Israelis should, like the people involved and who have ordered it and have carried it out, should be war criminals, and there should be a Nuremberg trial for them. But fuck, I couldn't say no to the joke. It was really, really good. Really good. 12 Mai Tai Todd with $20 says, off the top rope, sucker. Oh, shit. They're getting in a war with each other. And like I said, I'm going to step away because I reap all the benefits. So now 12 Mai Tai Todd is at 110 over No Pen 15 Fatheads 95 for the first and second spots here on the toe board, if you will. So now let's update. We're $70 away from tonight's goal and 13 members away from going until 9 o'clock. So thank you again. T. Duden says, send Sydney Sweeney to Gaza because if they touched a hair on her head, we would level the country. Oh, yeah. Like 100%. Let's send Sydney Sweeney over there and let Netanyahu know that if she can hear a bullet whiz by, we're nuking Tel Aviv. We're all, in fact, many countries might sign up to be part of that coalition. If Sydney Sweeney isn't properly fed and bathed while she is in Gaza, we will team up with all the little Palestinians and we will march in and we will blow up the fucking Golden Dome. How do you like that? Leo with $2 says Israel doesn't need our money. They're loaded. We need to stop giving it to them. I mean, really, you could have. I mean, even before they were a country, Jewish gangsters in the United States were gun running to the Middle East, to the Palestinian mandate, to give the Israelis, to give the Zionists weapons. So that would be nothing new for the USA. $70 away from tonight's goal. Thank you so much. So nice of you. Keep it going. Appreciate all of your generous donations. Thank you. Speaking of women who have been in the news a lot lately, Ghislaine Maxwell has given her list of demands if she is going to show up in front of Congress. Look, you know me. I've said about Ghislaine Maxwell, she ain't getting a pardon. I'll believe it when I see it. I think I might have to start believing it pretty soon because, I mean, she went to a meeting with the DOJ. She came back to her cell with a box full of files. The House Oversight Committee yesterday now said that she has a list of demands ahead of her testimony to talk about Epstein and all that. I think they're gonna cut her loose. I think they're gonna let her out of jail. And again, the most heartbreaking part, the part that's going to feel like a knife in our gut, worse than them just letting her out of jail, is that she will back up Trump's story 100%, and that'll be part of letting her out. And the other terrible knife in the gut feeling of all of it is that there's nothing you and I can do to stop it. Nothing. Trump, I believe, is already compromised on this issue. Ghislaine sent a letter to the House Oversight Committee on Tuesday revealing a list of demands ahead of her testimony in order to avoid the convicted sex trafficker pleading the Fifth Amendment and not answering questions. Our initial reaction was that Miss Maxwell would invoke her Fifth Amendment rights. Well, why? I mean, the whole thing's a hoax and there is no list anyway. Even though they referenced a client list during her trial. Sure. However, further reflection, we would like to find a way to cooperate with Congress if a fair and safe path forward can be established. So what's her list of demands? What does she want? First, public reports, including your own statements, indicate that the committee intends to question Ms. Maxwell in prison and without a grant of immunity. Those are non-starters. Ms. Maxwell cannot risk further criminal exposure in a politically charged environment without formal immunity, nor is a prison setting conducive to eliciting truthful and complete testimony. The potential for leaks from such a setting creates real security risks and undermines the integrity of the process. So she doesn't want to do it in prison, and she wants immunity from any crimes she confesses to. I mean, it's kind of weird that she didn't ask to have her sentence commuted or be released from prison. I mean, I would have at least swung for the fences on that deal, right? But nope, she doesn't need that. Leah gifting a couple of memberships. Thank you very much, Leah. I appreciate that. Now we are $60 and 11 gifted memberships away from going until 9 o'clock tonight, but just $60 away from the goal itself. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Very nice of you. I mean, I don't think it's worth it. Let her rot in prison for all I care, because again, if I thought we were going to get the truth out of her, if I thought we were going to get a lot of candor and names and clients and positions, and then I would say, yeah, sure, let's give her everything she wants. But I have a feeling all she's going to do is further give an excuse to Trump to say, see, I told you it was a big nothing burger. So I don't want to let her out of jail for that. I mean, it's just with this Epstein thing, it's felt like one fucking knife in the back of the America First and MAGA type movement anyway. Why are we adding more? Why? I mean, I have no doubt that if we give her blanket immunity and we let her out of jail, she'll rat like crazy. She'll say whatever they want her to say. But I don't really see where the win is for the taxpayers, for you and I, in something like that. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, again, she's talking to the DOJ. She's talking to Congress. We'll see if there's anything formal. I'd imagine we're going to be on Thursday tomorrow and nothing happened today. I would say we wouldn't hear about it until next week, would be my guess. She's the daughter of a Mossad agent. It's all for show. Oh, yeah, that's right. She's Robert Maxwell's kid. Phil Herslit says, I like Trump, but I definitely think he was doing some shady shit on that island. Oh, no, remember he said to the press he was never on the island? And, what was it today? We played that clip of Trump. What did he call the island? I forgot, but he said something about never going to the island, but he said it in a way where, like, it would have been an honor to. And you were like, ew, Donald, shut the fuck up about Epstein. Like, you're done, dude. Stop. Like, he keeps telling people, stop talking about it. And then every time he talks about it, you go, yeah, gross, you first. Leah said, did you hear the shit he said about his daughter when she was younger? Oh, yeah, no, the stuff you've said about Ivanka, he said a lot of weird shit about Ivanka. Then he admitted that Epstein used to use Trump's spa to recruit women. And that Virginia Giuffre might have been one of them. So that Trump and Epstein both employed Virginia Giuffre. And we're supposed to believe that this is all a hoax. Fuck that. What if Comey was the good guy all along? Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Fauci's pangolin. Yeah, he said, I never had the pleasure of going to his island. You might want to be careful what most people consider pleasure on that island. You might not want to be yapping about. Sam Show says he says it's a hoax, but then in the same breath says Clinton went 28 times. Right. Which one is it? We know which one it is. That's the thing. One thing you can count on with Trump is that he'll trip over his own words. He's not that sharp off the cuff. All right, guys, $60 away from today's goal. You're doing so well tonight. You got over an hour to attack that $60, and boy, do I appreciate it. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Thanks again. There was a PETA protest in Maine. This is incredible. PETA is now suing the Maine Lobster Festival. This is like going to Memphis and suing barbecue. I mean, Maine really only has one thing: lobster. That's all Maine's known for, and really shitty, creepy, weird accents. And PETA is suing the Maine Lobster Festival because they planned to because they did steam 16,000 lobsters. Well, what do you want them to do? A fucking egg bake? It's the Maine Lobster Festival. You gotta cook the lobster. The crack team of animal rights activists at PETA is at it again, this time suing the Maine Lobster Festival for having the audacity to cook 16,000 lobsters for the Maine Lobster Festival. Oh, man, if they're worried about 16,000 lobsters, somebody should tell them what McDonald's is doing with beef. Oh, my God. Yeah. It's another dumb fucking attention whore thing that they do. But it's like, if you donate money to PETA, if you think that's a good charitable contribution that you give, like, aren't you embarrassed? Like, because they're clearly using your money just to get attention. This is clearly just an attention grab that they're doing. And you're like totally cool with this. Like, instead of helping animals, maybe ones that are being used for medical testing and shit like that, you're going to do a Notice Me lawsuit against the Maine Lobster Festival. And that's just cool. Okay. I don't really understand what the fuck it does for animal rights. PETA argues in the suit that the festival is one of the most egregious violation of Maine's animal protection statutes occurring anywhere on public land in the state. The systematic torture of approximately 16,000 live sentient animals at the Maine Lobster Festival held annually at Harbor Park in Rockland, Maine. There's only one problem, though. No court is going to give you the win in this lawsuit because lobsters, stay with me, aren't people. I mean, if the Maine Lobster Festival was boiling 16,000 people alive, all right, crazy Green Inferno sequel, but also you'd have a case. Lobsters are food. You're allowed to make food, and steaming lobster is apparently how you're supposed to do it. Now, people have gone back and forth on this historically. At first, I was told that the hissing was the lobsters screaming while they were being steamed. And then people said, no, that's just steam escaping from the shell. And then I think they went back on that and they said, no, they're feeling pain, that the lobsters do feel pain when you cook them. But have we really figured out, yes or no? Do lobsters feel pain? Yes, with their nervous system is different from humans. They do possess nociceptors, which are sensory neurons that detect noxious stimuli, and they exhibit behaviors consistent with pain, such as rubbing or grooming the affected area. Additionally, they try to escape when exposed to painful stimuli, like boiling water. All right, so that shit does hurt. I mean, you boil anything alive, that's going to fucking kill. It's going to sting a little bit. You can't imagine. You just got to ask yourself, am I okay with it? Like, how much do you like lobster? Now, I don't have an emotional attachment to lobster. They all look like alien space creatures. So I really don't give a fuck how you kill them. I think lobster's delicious. So, I mean, my favorite soup is probably a lobster bisque. Do I want to watch you drop the thing into the steaming pot? No, of course not. But it doesn't bother me that you killed it that way. My position on food is a very chicken shit position. It's fine. Like, yes, the steaming thing is barbaric, but hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. And the meat is delicious. And I shouldn't say things like that because it can get cut up out of sequence. Leo with $1 says, PETA shit got me in Facebook jail for saying about a picture of a huge ass spider in a house that they should burn the house down and start over. Apparently that's promoting animal abuse. But it's a fucking spider. My Lost Interest says PETA always puts animals before people. Well, do you know about the second in command for PETA? I mean, this lady, this was on an episode of Penn and Teller's Bullshit. And this woman was, who's the Scandinavian woman? Ingrid Newkirk. Ingrid Newkirk, the woman who runs PETA, had a second in command. And, PETA's position is very clear. No medical testing on animals. We don't use any drugs. We don't use any prescriptions. We don't use anything that's been tested on animals. None of it. We draw the line here at PETA. That's not cool. And that's fine. But when Ingrid Newkirk, second in command, got diabetes and needed to regulate her, like the insulin and her blood sugar and all of that, she started taking medications that were created by testing them on animals. And when people raised hell about it and they said, hey, wait a minute, I thought you guys were against all that shit. What gives? Ingrid Newkirk and her assistant drafted a press release stating that it's okay for her to do it because she needs her life to fight for the animals. So the craziest, most blatant example of rules for thee and not for me would be PETA. And look, man, I don't even necessarily mind that level of hypocrisy, but if you're going to be as altruistic, if you're going to be as holier than thou and as preachy as you're going to be, you got to actually stick to this shit. 09 Canyon says, my high school biology teacher said that clams feel pain but don't understand what pain is, so it's okay for us to dissect them. Which is weird because, I know scientists have probably studied it, but we are just kind of taking their word for it. They've watched it. They're like, nah, it doesn't look like he's hurt. Really? Are we sure, though? Mad Move says, if you haven't ever processed your own chickens/meat, then keep buying plastic-wrapped food from the store and shut up about cruelty. Yeah, you're not going to catch me complaining about animal cruelty at, factory farms and shit like that because I don't make an effort to change. I'm not doing anything about it, so I'm certainly not going to preach about it like it's a moral imperative of mine. I have butchered meat. I have butchered a cow. I've done that on many occasions, so I can do it. I was there with another guy, and I was showing him a knife, and I was showing him the different parts on the cows going, that's a kill. That's a kill. That's a kill. PETA kills tons of animals yearly. Yeah, don't they run kill shelters? Doesn't PETA sponsor and run numerous kill shelters? And it's so frustrating with them because every time they do it, there's a good reason why. But every time someone else does it, there's no good reason why. They're just assholes. But when PETA does it, then it's totally fine. There's a good reason for all of it. What's the oh, God damn it. There was a clip I was looking for relating to this. Oh, yeah. I wanted to know why do we so what is it with the steaming lobsters? Why can't we just kill them and cook them? Why do we have to steam them alive? It generally results in more tender meat and a more subtle ocean fresh flavor compared to boiling. Steaming is also more forgiving when it comes to timing, making it harder to overcook the lobster. Yeah, but then and none of the concerns, none of like the cons listed in this are you're steaming a lobster alive. They just don't give a fuck. Okay, so better meat. Well, you gave me a good reason. I'm set. Bon appetit. Vadam with $5 says, yes, during World War II, the Nazis conducted horrific and inhumane medical experiments on thousands of prisoners, including Jews in concentration camps. Why? Oh, God, Vadam. He says, why did we make them? Because it's wrong. You should only do medical experiments on people who are willing and allowing you to do it, or if they're pedos. That's it. Leah says you just shove a knife in their head right before you steam it. I mean, here's the thing. If you shove a knife in their head just before you steam it, then don't you crack the shell and then that can fuck the meat up? I don't know. No idea. Sam Show says if you kill it first, toxins leached into the meat and it tastes like shit. Okay, there you go. That explanation works for me. Murder them. Gray Duckling with $5 says Hannibal had it right. Hannibal confess. What is this amazing amuse-bouche? Say fucking appetizer. Like, why do we? I hate the reason the movie The Menu is so amazing. The reason it's so great is because all these foodie cunts do deserve to die. Like they all they're like, what is this delicious and unbelievable amuse-bouche? Fuck off with your amuse-bouche and stop with like the 6 tasting courses. An entree, couple of sides were good. Yeah. Oh, here's the first one. Here's this. We're going to have a 4-hour dining experience. You're only doing this because you think it looks cool. You're only doing this because you think it gives you a status. You're only doing it because you think that then people will perceive you. It's a giant fucking circle jerk is what it is. We're all going to sit in a circle and talk to each other about, oh, I can taste all the fucking proteins and no, you fucking can't. You're tasting it the same way everyone else is tasting it. It's pretty fucking good. Holy shit. It's going to take 4 hours for this meal. I have shit to do. But it's a tasting menu. Taste my balls. And look, I don't mind like a really good steakhouse or, a really nice restaurant. But there's a level of bullshit that like is my peak. I can't get past. And like a 6-course $1,000 tasting menu so you all can pretend that you're that you're experiencing something different when you have no idea what the fuck you're eating. It's just those people really should be put in a camp. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, don't kill that animal before we steam it because then toxins leach into the meat and it doesn't taste good anymore. That's fine. But and all of this came because someone made a Hannibal Lecter reference and I just watched Red Dragon with Gino and Keanu. That's it. My Lost Interest with $2 says, before you begin cooking a live lobster, place the lobster in the freezer for 10 to 20 minutes. This puts a lobster to sleep before it actually dies, which is the most humane. Oh, holy shit. Phil Herslit says, I'm with you. Any dinner that is over 1 hour is too long. An hour is even pushing it. I think an hour is a great amount of time. If you're going to have a couple drinks, hour and a half. But if you're there for more than 2 hours, you're just taking up a fucking table when someone else could be using it. 2 people, hour and a half. Think about, 15 minutes drink. You order, and then, 30 minutes later, so now you're at 45. You eat for about, 20 minutes. Now you're about an hour, 5 hour, 10. Then you have another drink, hour and a half. Hour and a half is fine. That's a pretty good pace you're setting. But if it's 2, 3, 4 hours, you're just being a douche. So yes, I agree with the chef in the menu. All of those people in that room deserve to die. Hulkamasha Baby says, I'm also self-aware enough to know my palate is also probably pretty shallow. No, that's something that people have convinced you of. You're tasting the same shit other people are. They don't have super palates and you don't have a retard palate. People like what they like. They don't like what they don't like, and that is fine. Somebody could eat something and be like, oh, this is the rarest fucking gay rainbow cod from the fucking Aleutian Islands. And then someone else could eat it and go, this tastes like dog shit. Guess what? You're both fucking right. Yay. I don't know how we got here. Guys, I got to be honest with you. I blacked out. Thank you to My Lost Interest, Grey Duckling, and Vidam. We are $50 away from tonight's goal and 11 memberships from going until 9 p.m. if we also hit that goal. All right, I think we're all caught up. Leah says it's okay to sit at the table if you are ordering drinks and are tipping well. I would agree with that. If you're still ordering stuff, if you're still spending money, you sit there. Absolutely. But, if you're just, sitting around taking up space, fuck off. Dub says few hours is fine if you binge and purge like the Romans. But hold on a minute. Did the Romans actually do that? I always thought that was a myth. People always say that the Romans would throw up and then eat more. I'm not sure they did that. People will always point out, they go, well, they had places in buildings called the vomitorium, and that's where people would vomit. No. A vomitorium, that was just Latin. That meant exit. The vomitorium was the exit. That's where you left the building. It would vomit, almost like vomit you out. Your vomitorium. It wasn't where they went and threw up and then ate more. That sounds mildly savage, to be honest with you. $50 away from tonight's goal. Go ahead. We got about an hour. Keep getting after it. You guys are so awesome this week. Just incredible. Ryan the Garbage Man says in Germany, supper lasts at least 2 hours. Hour and a half, 2 hours. Over 2 hours, we're being a little gay. Toad Climbs Mountain says $2. I love a good bourbon, but bourbon snobs are full of horse shit. Yes, 1,000%. Bourbon is fine. Most of them are good. You're a complete retarded douchebag if you're like, I paid this much for this one, so this one's better than this one. And that, nope. It's all about what you prefer. It's all about what you like. There have been days where I've had an old fashioned and it's been an Angel's Envy and it's been delicious. And then there's been one where it's been a Woodford Reserve and it just tastes better that day. It's just the way it is. I bought a custom wiffle peg. It's a 40-year fucking thing. What if it tastes like shit? It can't taste like shit. I paid a lot of money for it. Spoken like a true asshole. You know what I had one time? Aaron Sulzer. I didn't have Aaron's. God damn it. Aaron Sulzer, who owned Old Capitol Tavern. We'd go to Vikings games sometimes. And before the game, I'd stop at the bar. And he would always get from distributors and stuff, because they had a great bourbon selection, a great whiskey selection. And he would get the very rare Pappy Van Winkle, is it the 40-year, 25-year, whatever, the one where they only make so many every year, or they make 1 or 2 barrels. So he had that, and it was like $200 a shot or something like that. I think it was like $200. And I had one. I think he charged me $50 for it. But he gave me one, and I tried it, and it was a little too harsh, and it burned a little bit, and I didn't like it as much as like Basil Hayden or Angel's Envy. And I'm just like, I just don't get it. I don't understand. I think the vast majority of people who buy hundreds and hundreds of dollar bottles of bourbon and then go, yeah, I really like it. It's great. I think they're posers. I think they're phonies. I think they're full of shit and insecure. I think they got small dicks and they needed to buy that $300 bottle because then other people would go, oh, wow, you got a $300 bottle of bourbon. Oh, I can taste the... No, you can't. Can't you taste the... No, just like you, I can't taste it. Here's a $70 bottle of fucking Angel's Envy. Oh, that's delicious. $70 might even be a little steep. Hey, there's a $35, $40 bottle of Woodford Reserve. That tastes fine. Hey, Aaron, here's Maker's Mark. All right, don't be a fucking weirdo. That's a little too... Get that out of here. What the fuck are we doing? But yeah, it's... these people who spend all this money trying to convince people that they're who was it who called them the bourbon snobs? Toad Climbs Mountains. Like, I spent a lot. It's kind of the Bill Hicks bit where they're like, look at how much I spent on this. Look at my bank account. This has to be real. And you're like, no, retard, it's not. You're playing make-believe. You're goofing on yourself, essentially. Leah says, are you knocking Sam's brand? Oh, what's the Kirkland I've had that's not bad? The vodka. Kirkland's vodka is not terrible. I was skeptical, but someone had me try it, and I was like, you know what? I'm not really typically a vodka. Vodka's another one where you don't have to spend a fortune for it to be good. You know what's good? Tito's, $30, out the fucking door. Shut up. I got a rare Belvedere 14-year. Who fucking cares? The goddamn potato juice, you fucking retard. It's fine. You had Tito's. My Lost Interest says, note to self, don't waste a $200 bottle of 25-year-old scotch with Aaron. No, well, I mean, you can if you want to. That's totally fine. But, I don't get scotch in general. Like, I got a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue once for my father-in-law for his birthday. It was the first birthday. I was dating April at the time, and it was his birthday, and I wanted to impress him. I wanted him to like me. So I got him a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue, and I tried it with him. And I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. And I think if people were being honest with themselves, they would taste the $65 bottle and the $300 bottle, and they'd be like, there is not $230 worth of difference in this. There's just not. But it's that chasing status thing, which must be fucking exhausting. That's why I have a Gophers t-shirt on, and I don't work on my core. Thank you very much. Sam Show says, you drink to get drunk like a douche. I mean, that's kind of hard not to. When I have 2 beers and I go, yeah, I think I'm getting tired. Tronanon says, Aaron has a shit palate. I don't have a shit palate. I might have a shit palate. But I don't like it when people, look, there are people out there who taste shit and they know what they're tasting and they know what they're tasting it for and they know what they're getting out of it. I'm saying most people you meet in everyday life, they try to convince themselves that they're cultured because they spent a lot of money on something. Those people are assholes. They're all the guy in the menu who's like, oh yeah, is that a Paco Jet? Shut the fuck up. Mad Move says he does like Casey's Pizza. See, I told you I'm sophisticated. Hulkamasha Baby says, I wouldn't waste good alcohol on Aaron. 3 drinks and it all tastes the same anyway. Right. See? Plus they know I'm a lightweight. Halfway through the second one, I'm going, hey, it's so fucking good. And they're like, never mind. He's going to bed. All right, guys, $50 away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much. I'll be honest. I leaned into that segment a little bit because I know that we've got some people in our audience who can kind of be alcohol snobs, and I just wanted to tease them a little bit. I'll be honest. I don't care what kind of booze you drink. I don't care if you buy an expensive bottle. That's fine. But I've never had a super expensive bourbon that didn't blow me away any more than like an Angel's Envy did. That's just, it just doesn't. Leah says, I remember in college, people wanted the bottles of expensive booze to put highlighter fluid in under a black light. Yeah, exactly. And by the way, when those people got into their 30s and 40s, they didn't change. It was still the same mindset. Phil Herslit says gas station hash browns is not sophisticated. Hey, if it's sophisticated to you, it's fine, buddy. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. All right, what do we have next? Oh, hey, Fort Hood is back, if you didn't know. Remember the Biden administration changed a bunch of shit? Like they did a bunch of renaming stuff because it was either like guys owned slaves or it was offensive to Native Americans or some shit like that. Like here in Minnesota, we changed the name of Lake Calhoun, which is an awesome name for a lake because Calhoun owned slaves. So instead, they named it after Native Americans and changed it to Bde-Maka-Ska. Instead of Lake Calhoun, which is fucking easy, now you have to say Bde-Maka-Ska. I mean, first of all, you couldn't call it Calhoun because Calhoun owned slaves. So you name it after Native Americans in Minnesota, the state where we committed the largest atrocity on American soil when we hung a shitload of Indians. I mean, talk about kicking a people in the dick while they're down. Minnesota goes, hey, we're so progressive. We're going to change the name of Lake Calhoun because he owned slaves and slaves were bad. What are you going to name it? We're going to name it after a culture that we tried to erase and genocide off the face of the planet. Kind of does. I'm not following your logic on that one. Well, guess what? Fort Hood is back. Fort Cavazos has officially been restored as Fort Hood after it spent a few years, undergoing a, what would we call that? A logo makeover. Here's there it is. That is kind of funny. Like, it's supposed to be this big moment, but it's just a guy with his phone out, and they're just taking a big ass, like, rain tarp off the thing. Home of the 3rd Armor Corps. And then we don't talk about the whole shooting thing. That's a bit of a bummer. But good. I think that's great. I think that was a giant overreaction to change the name of that shit anyway. And I think that was something that Trump really wanted to do, was he really wanted to change those names back. So I'm all for it. I think it's good. I think it ends kind of a ridiculous period in our history, to be honest. Thank you very much. Oh, my goodness. Von Kaiser with $50. Give him an Olbermann.
They are afraid.
Von Kaiser with $50 says, point this shit west into the chest of the still beating heart of the night. Thank you very much to Von Kaiser. And that means that we have again smashed tonight's goal. Thank you guys very, very much. Kill it. Cut it. Done. Another goal for the toe. Thank you guys so much for your generosity. Another well done night. Vidam with $1 says, let's get Aaron shots. Let's make Aaron sick for a week from shots. I'm not doing shots. I don't do shots. When Gino and Keanu were here, I did some shots to be nice. They'd pour me a little Jameson. I'd take a shot. Why not? But other than that, I'm not a big shot guy. I completely blacked out at Stoney's though. I don't know if people got me shots and I did shots with them, great. But I don't remember. I remember very little. I was texting with Roots today, and Roots was like, "You were a chill guy. You were cool to hang out with. You're a weird fuck." And I'm like, "Thank you. I appreciate that." But then at the same time, it's also Roots brought me a bottle of Malort. And I'll be honest with you, Cheetos, I don't know if you found my bottle of Malort. I don't know if you're listening tonight. No, he's working. I don't know if Cheetos found my bottle of Malort, but I think I left it at the bar. I did try some. I don't remember what it tastes like. I was fucking gone, dude. No, and still have no idea what Malort is. I wish I would have stayed a little more sober for when Roots got there, because we tried to do hit 'em up and I was fucking gone, man. Forget it. I was gone. I'm not going to say we sucked. I sucked. It's terrible. Shano Banano getting a membership from 12 Mai Tai Todd. Look at that. You come into Steel Toe, you just get a membership. What a fucking deal, huh? Aaron loves the worm. Oh, someone's saying now Russia has a volcano erupting. You know, this is going to sound crazy, right? When there was that, the tsunami yesterday, that was 8.7 Richter scale earthquake. When they told me about that yesterday, I was like, is this some kind of weather control psyop deal? Because like ever since COVID and now the Israel stuff and the Epstein stuff, like I'm hopelessly going down the conspiracy rabbit hole. I'm lost now. And I'm like, did we cause this somehow? Like, did we do some kind of weird, force an earthquake kind of a thing? And then I found out that it happened like off the coast of like far, far eastern Russia. And there was a tsunami heading towards the United States and shit. But now if there's a volcano in Russia erupting, holy shit, what the hell? Volcano erupts in Russia after massive earthquake. Well, I guess that makes sense, right? Because you have an 8.8 magnitude earthquake. That can fuck with everything else that's out there. Me trying to talk environmental science. Why don't I just shut my fucking mouth? Tsunami waves hit Russia, U.S., and Japan after magnitude 8.8 earthquake. But we know about that one. What about the volcano? Klyuchkovsky volcano. One of the highest active volcanoes in the world has erupted in Russia's Far East after a magnitude 8.8 earthquake. There it is right there. Oh, God, it's not far from us. Well, obviously, because that's where the earthquake was. So it's over by China, or Japan, not China. Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula is one of the most active volcano regions in the world, dubbed the land of fire and ice. Get it? It has about 300 volcanoes, with 29 of them still active. Earthquakes and tsunamis regularly strike the 750-mile-long peninsula that lies close to an... Did anybody... No, so nobody died because there's no fucking people there. All right. Well, shit's fucking up over in Russia right now because of that earthquake. My Lost Interest says, Aaron gets drunk on Celsius and you want him to drink shots? Thank you, My Lost Interest. I appreciate you for understanding. If I have more than 3 beers, man, I got to plan a ride somewhere or I'm staying home. One of the two. Sam Show says, you're a liar. Roots did not say that. He gave you Malort for fuck's sake. Roots is cool. Roots was telling me during the golf outing, though, he was texting me and he was like, God, man. He goes, I fucking defend you. I tell people you're a cool guy and they lose their fucking minds and I get yelled at. He goes, I don't want to get yelled at because of you. That's gay. I'm like, I agree. It's fucking gay. He's like, but I defend you. I'm like, I appreciate that. And that's awesome. That's wonderful that you defend me, but if it'll get you out of a fucking nagging argument for you to go, yeah, fuck him, that guy's gay. Do it. 100%. I know how you really feel deep inside. Tsunami caused by Aaron belly flopping miles away. Now that's hurtful. Like, how is that not bullying? How is that? And do you feel good about yourself when you do shit like that? All right, couple more things. Thank you guys very much for dropping the gold tonight. Thank you very much for gifting those memberships. That's fantastic. I appreciate it. Phil Herslit says, no, Aaron's not cool. Well, maybe he didn't use the word cool. Let's find out. What exactly did Roots say? Oh, there it is. I had a good time, man. You're a dipshit. Whatever, dude. It was fun. Oh, no, you know what? You're a decent cat. He didn't say I was a good guy. Did not say I was a good guy or a cool guy. I'm a decent cat. That's it. Totally different. He had a good time. It was fun. And I'm a decent cat. That's all. Got to make sure we get these things right. Lord knows we don't want to upset anybody. Over 300 people checking out the toe at the moment. Thank you for checking out the toe. We appreciate it. I got to Stoney's around 3:30, and you were drooling your drinks by 5 p.m., one person writes. That's not wrong. 5 o'clock, tournament was probably getting close to the end around 6. I was pretty far gone by the end of the tournament. So 5, I was probably in pretty good shape. Oh, I got to say, I used to like this guy. I think he's a fucking asshole now. Influencer Joey Swole apologizes to woke mob for mourning Hulk Hogan's death. Get the fuck out of here. I've had it with this. Hulk Hogan said the N-word once. We can't mourn him. We have to publicly disgrace him. Well, then guess what, you stupid asshole? We got to do the same thing to your granddaddy, because your granddaddy said the N-word too. And what was the big thing that Hulk Hogan did that you didn't like? He said that he didn't want his daughter dating a you-know-what. Guess what, honey? We're going to have to dig up your grandpa's grave, and we're going to have to open the casket, and we're going to have to scream at him, because guess what, sweetheart? Chances are your grandpa didn't want you dating one either. That's just the way old-timers spoke back then. They didn't want their daughters dating black guys or marrying black guys. That's just how it was. Uh-oh. Has my bottle of Malort been found? Oh, shit. Oh, man. Here's a text coming in. You guys can figure out who it's from. I would never claim that you were cool, but I would claim that the big $5 breakfast deal at Wawa is the best way to start the day. There you are. All right, so back to this Joey Swole. Apparently, Joey Swole, who's like a workout guy, he's a gym influencer guy, and he also does that bit that I like where he plays these videos of these chicks wearing like basically crotchless panties for gym clothes, and then be like, it's so annoying when guys look at me when I'm trying to work out. I'm just trying to keep my pussy and tits out and then putting a camera on myself for attention. And then when guys look at me, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like that's just it. They'll wear certain clothes to the gym to get ogled, so that when they get ogled, they can turn on the phone and they can make a video. It's like baiting people into creating content for them. So Joey Swole kind of like calls that shit out, and that's really nice. I like that. But apparently he wrote this heartfelt post where he's like, RIP to a legend and one of my inspirations to start working out. So Hulk Hogan inspired him to get into fitness. He wrote that, and then a bunch of people who follow him were like, how could you write that? Aren't you an ally? Don't you love us? Don't you blah, 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 blah. He's like, he's a really positive dude, and he's a really nice guy. Like even his tribute to the Hulkster was really nice and neutral and everything else. But people criticized him. And this is what I tell you guys. I keep saying, like, don't read comments. Don't give a shit what any of these fucking people think. Do your thing. Be honest. Be authentic. Be real. The people who love you will love you. The people who will hate you will be crazy and obsessed. And you can navigate that. But if you go in there and you go, oh, on this one post, a bunch of people didn't like this one thing I did. Who gives a fuck? You don't have to address it. Do a better job in the next one. You'll be fine. I got news for you. Hulk Hogan's only going to die once. So if you posted a thing and some people didn't like it, tell them to suck your fucking cock and move on and do the next thing. This was Joey Swole. Honestly, I like this guy. So this is like watching like an outdoor cat get broken into becoming an indoor cat. This is whenever it's people I like or I think they're good and then they get fucking neutered, it's always depressing to watch. And the thing about this guy is I think his problem is he's a nice dude and he never wants to be controversial. And so when these people yell at him and they scream at him, I think they know that about him, so they think they can manipulate him. And so when it works, it really feels shitty because I think they knew what they could do to this guy, and it was. I mean, they disguised their offendedness, or they disguised their bullying as offendedness, and I don't like it. Let's hear how he groveled. Again, remember, he just said, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. He got me interested in working out. Let's see what that earned him.
I owe my followers, my community, and all of social media an apology.
Wrong. No, you don't.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
Okay, faggot, what's next?
A few days ago, I reposted an old video of me in the gym wearing a Hulk Hogan Halloween costume on the day that he passed. Last night in my live stream, a lot of people expressed how upset and frustrated they were with me that I had posted that.
That's on them. They don't like Hulk Hogan. Fine. If you had posted like some Black Sabbath shit in a gym post and when Ozzy died and they said, I don't like Black Sabbath, metal gives me the shits. That's a you problem. Again, learn the difference between we have a problem and you have a problem. So if you're coming into a guy's live stream and you're like, I don't like it, you posted a thing about Hulk Hogan. All right, you know what? Honestly, dude, give it 24 hours and you'll probably get the fuck over it.
Instead of listening and understanding like I should have, I became defensive and said that I was posting to celebrate the wrestling icon, the person that's so...
That's not being defensive. That's just called clarifying why you did it. If people can't understand it, fuck them.
Many of us looked up to as kids that we grew up with that made us tear our shirts and take our vitamins and say our prayers. I didn't know to the extent...
I fucked up. I took Molly. I missed. Just a bit outside.
Of all the horrible things that he had done. Since last night, I have done a lot of research, talked to a few people, and learned all of the horrible, horrible things that man has done.
What? Name 12. The fucking guy was in the public eye from the late 1970s until a week ago. He said the N-word once. Wow. Well, that guy, I tell you what, that son of a bitch, you should never be able to like him as a professional wrestler ever. He said the N-word on a video before. He said that he didn't like that his daughter was dating a black guy. Again, take guys in their 70s in this country. There's going to be an alarming amount of people who, if you gave them truth serum and they had to answer the question honestly, not in a politically correct way, there's going to be a lot of men in their 70s, your grandpappies, who are going to disappoint you greatly. You don't alienate yourself from them. You don't abandon them. People have foibles. People have shit that's not perfect. It happens. This guy, you know what? At first I was like, boy, this is depressing that they bullied him into it. But you know what? Fuck him for apologizing.
Which is way more than just making a mistake and being human. So because of that, I have taken the videos down and I apologize to anybody that I offended. I am sorry. Also, during last night's live stream.
Well, let's see. What else did you do wrong? This big mea culpa, I'm an asshole session. Let's see what else you fucked up.
I used the word colored instead of saying person of color, which is a very outdated, very offensive term.
For God's sake.
A few moments later, somebody educated me and told me that it wasn't okay to use...
Next time, say hi, Ella. God. Say Oreo. I don't give a fuck. I said colored. So did my grandma. Nobody died. It's fine. God damn it. If you really want people to have honest conversations on race, if you honestly want people to tell you what they really feel instead of bullshit you and use excuses, then you're going to have to give them a little grace on your end to say some shit that doesn't exactly hit your ear perfect. Enough with this. I want it both ways. Enough with this. I want to have honest conversations on race, and I want to really know how people feel about race. But then when someone says colored instead of person of color, you go, witch, burn it. Stop. If you really want people to be honest, that's a two-way street, fucko. You're going to have to give them an amount of room and space and grace to fuck up because it's coming from an honest place. Wouldn't you rather have someone do a mild verbal fuck up and be open with how they feel racially rather than have some fucking white liberal douchebag who's going to say every word perfect and check off all the PC boxes, but they're going to be lying to you through their racist fucking commie teeth? Unfortunately, I know that in this country, most people want the latter.
That, which I immediately apologized to everyone and said I would never do that again. So once again, to anybody that I offended,
I apologize to all the coloreds whose butts I hurt. And by the way, you didn't offend one colored person. My Mexican neighbor came over to play, came to the tournament to play cornhole, to play bags. And I knew that his team was way better than mine. So you know what I named my team? Ice. That's what people do. They fuck with each other. He's like, yeah, well, I used to call my team the Mexicutioners. Fine. That's good. It's a funny name. It's pretty good. So I named mine Ice because I knew I was going to get my ass kicked. So I at least wanted to have a fuck you name. And he's my friend. You fucking take jabs and make little jokes to your friends. This guy said colored. Who gives a shit? No black people were wounded in the making of this video. In fact, no black people were even offended. Typically, if you look at racial situations like this where people get upset and pissy and carry placards, it's usually white women. Sorry.
I am sorry. You know, my whole page, my whole brand is based on holding people accountable and doing better. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't hold myself to the same standards. I am human. Wow. I am still growing. I am still learning. And I promise all of you, I will.
Holy shit. This is an apology like straight out of 2018, dude. Get off the fucking cross. We need the wood.
Well, I can't understand none of it. This one begat that one, and that one begat this one, and begat, and lo and behold, someone says some shit to someone or another. Just how retarded are you?
Jesus. This is embarrassing. I felt bad for him at first, but he's leaning in way too far for me to keep feeling bad.
Do better. I have nothing but love and kindness in my heart. I will continue to try to make the world a better place. And once again, to everybody, I apologize.
Wow. So noble. Way to cut off your fucking dick and balls to sacrifice on the altar of the death of the West. Joey Swole. What a cunt. I got to throw a thank you out there. Mr. Sisto with $1. Wait, what? This never happened. Mr. Sisto with $1 says, you were so blackout you don't remember asking guys to fart to see who's your size. That didn't happen. That's not true at all. Aaron was so drunk he stole Johnny's wheelchair. Again, not true. Tronanon says, someone says that to me, I punch them. Decent cat. Da fuck? My lost interest says you glossed over dipshit. Yeah, but dipshit, he meant that in a good way. Roots fucking loves me. Papa Shaw says, you're a cool guy, but you're a fucking dipshit, dude. Right. Yeah. Call my friends retards all the time. He didn't even call me a retard. Found my bottle of Malort, by the way. But I don't know how I'm going to get it out of Oz's asshole. That's going to be, well, you know, probably the way it got in there with my teeth. Dick Von Du was gifted a membership by 12 Mai Tai Todd. Thank you, pal. Mad Move says, this is the thing the tinfoil hats are saying caused the volcano quake. South Atlantic anomaly. Yeah, but didn't it happen in the Northwest Pacific? I don't get it. Richard Head said Cheetos found Aaron's bottle, but the neck smells like shit for some reason. Annoyed Wawa Supervisor says someone send him the clip where Joey criticized people who can't make fighting weight. Oh, so Mr., you know, we don't say mean, bad things. We're all about positivity. He's shitting on people who couldn't make fighting weight. Okay. Joey Swole. Fighting weight. Let's see. Let's see what Mr. Decency and Positivity had to say. Oh no! It's all coming up. It's all coming up the Hogan stuff. I'll try to find it somewhere else. But when I type it in on X, it's all coming up the Hogan stuff. Joey Swole fighting weight. Influencer Swole quits after bending the knee to the woke mob. Oh, nope. This is it's still the Hogan thing. Joey Swole is, people are making videos. Joey Swole is done. Oh, wow. Matt Walsh even went after. Holy shit, when Matt Walsh is going after you. Wow. That was a big mistake. I think it's also indicative of we're getting better. I think the nation is healing because now we see these people do these fucking apologies and we go, no way. No way. Get the fuck out of here. Now, it used to be if you don't apologize, we'll come after your job and your sponsors. Now it's if you apologize. And this is what I love about people who lean more right than they do left. The left actively tries to call sponsors more often and like get their way that way. Whereas the right will say, nah, I ain't fucking with you anymore. I'm done with. Like, they're not going to call a bunch of other people and go, get this guy, blah, blah, blah. Like, the shit that happens to me with the obsessive steel toe haters, all of that's a very left-wing kind of liberal commie tactic. All that is, we can't beat him, so we're just going to be obsessed and try to make other people do what we want. It's pathetic, it's childish, it's very lefty. What the right typically does is they wash their hands of people and they go, oh, fuck that guy, I'm done with him. And I think that's better. I think it's more moral. I think it's high ground. I think it's smarter. It's more evolved. The other way is what fucking retards do. I think the way that people respond to Joey Swole, which is, fucking sold the Hulkster down the river just to make a few screaming blue hairs happy. We're done with you, dude. I think that's a lot more civilized than the other way. But there is, I don't see anything about him criticizing people for making weight, though. I don't know. I don't see it. So if you remember it, I don't know. Dub says, did Hulk on the DL smash Macho Man's Miss Elizabeth? No, I don't think so. And I don't think Randy thought that either. Fauci's Pangolin says a lot of bitches, men, and women watch just looking for something to whine about, like those cackling old cunts on The View. Really? Real Jax 2 says, thanks, Aaron. I'm going to start using that excuse for music I don't like. It gives me the shits. Yeah, just say it gives me the shits. It's perfect. There you go. Leah says he was gross with his daughter like Trump. That's worse than the N-word. Was he gross with his daughter? I don't remember. I remember him saying that his daughter was beautiful or whatever, but I don't remember him being gross with her. No, I think unless you're remembering something I'm not remembering. I remember him marrying some chick who kind of looked like his daughter, and that was weird. Mecca Jones says Hulk said it in private. Who cares? And yeah, that's just it. Annoyed Wawa Supervisor says, so you don't know this yet because you only read the headlines. This apology happened mostly because he referred to people as colored during his stream. No, we just watched the clip. He apologized first for the Hulk Hogan tribute. The colored thing was second. Miss Tay says, my ovaries just shrank. That's a medical condition. Oh, because of that guy. I thought she was announcing something for us. 09 Canyon says the Mexicutioners is a cute name. This is Von Kaiser says Mexicans don't get offended. They really don't. They really don't get offended. But black dudes don't get offended. If you have if you have like friends that are black, like they don't get offended easily either. Dudes in general. Can't wait for the apology, says My Lost Interest. Yeah, dude, I would just stop making apology videos and just, maybe let this one, maybe it fades away and you don't lose too many over this. Real Jax 2 says, never apologize, always double down. Apologies never get a person anywhere. It's never good enough for the left. Well, not only that, a lot of the times they want you to apologize just so they have the trophy and then they shit can you anyway. Papa Sham says Negro. We need to normalize Negro. Could you imagine if he went, and I understand that a lot of Negroes, but he said it very heartfelt and earnest, like he meant it, like it's a nice thing to say to black people. Like, I understand a lot of Negroes were offended, and to the Negro community of blacks, I say, I understand and I stand with you. Right? Like Brian says, you misspoke and you move on. That's it. You misspoke and you move on. Rusty Grammar says, I've seen footage of Africa, and it's war's not good. Watching a 12-year-old boy hold a bazooka the wrong way and blowing his brother's head off isn't cool. What the fuck does that have to do with any of what I just said? I'm confused. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan's going to set me straight. He says, what the fuck are you smoking, Toe? Hopia mostly. The right loves ruining people's lives. Libs of TikTok gets people harassed and fired literally every day for as little as even questioning if Trump was really shot. Oh, I hate the Libs of TikTok lady. I don't really see her. I guess she is right. I don't think of her as right. I think of her as like culturally like anti-left. I don't see Libs of TikTok as for anything. They're one of those people who can just give you a litany of shit that they're against, but they can't build anything. But you're right. I guess she's associated with the right. She's associated with all that. And you're right. She does get people canceled. It's fucking gross. Hate it. When will people stop with the left and the right nonsense? To an extent, you're right. But I think it's good shorthand. I think when you're speaking in generalities, I think it works a lot better. Because like things like trans or gay, like when it comes to trans kids, the right is typically less allowing of that kind of stuff than, quote, the left. It's just a way to speak in generalities, I think. I would be offended if my friends didn't fuck with me, says my lost interest, right? You'd think there was something wrong with your friends. You know, if your friend, if like people were making jokes about each other and your friend was like, oh, okay. You'd be like, are you okay? Are you all right? Like, you seem off today. You're not laughing when we yell racial slurs at each other. It's disconcerting to all of us. All right, we got what, 15 minutes left? We got time for 3 stories or so. And then I'm going to be staying up. I'm going to be staying down here in the studio. I have a clip to post. Schedule that for tomorrow. And then after that, I have to prep a morning show. What an exciting time. What an exciting time to be a Steel Toe fan. Numero uno says the left and right are 2 groups of retards everyone normal laughs at. A very small amount of normal people, for sure. A very small amount. Oh, you're saying a very small amount of normal people identify as the right or the left. Yeah, no, I don't really fall into either category. I get annoyed by both of them. I think more times I end up with what they consider the right than the left. But there's certainly things about, like, the right is too sensitive about religion and shit like that. A lot of people on the right are very pro-Israel, and that annoys the shit out of me. All right, a little over 300 people still checking out the Toe. Thank you very much for that. Hit like, hit subscribe, and hit follow. Or hit anything, really, except another person. Oh, God. Somebody tell me the psyop behind this one. The Trump administration is digging out the hits, man, to try and change the conversation. Russia is a big one now. Oh, also worth noting, the Trump administration did get a win today. They got a trade deal done with South Korea. Friday, a lot of those tariffs are going to kick back in. Instead, we got a deal done with Japan, the EU, South Korea, I think the UK, we got one done. So I think the big names when it comes to tariffs and shit like that, they're all starting to drop. But Friday, anyone who doesn't have a trade deal done with the U.S., they're getting the tariffs. Well, thousands of Russia hoax documents were found in burn bags inside a secret room at FBI headquarters. And, righties, I'm sorry, numero uno, but righties are going to buy this bullshit because they want it to be this way. But yet, when it comes to the Epstein stuff, we're told there are no burn bags or secret rooms. There are no, men in black fedoras dropping shit off in the middle of the night. They keep telling us that. But then when it comes to the stuff they want us to know about Russia, then after that, they'll go like, oh man, we found burn bags in a secret room and who knows what kind of crazy shit's going on. It's like, guys, you keep changing the rules. for, whenever it works for you. Jesus. Jehobo wants to know what's the tariff on the used panty vending machines. That's Japan, right? I think that's a real thing. But yeah, they say that they found a bunch of documents about the Russia hoax and things like that. Do we really need to know more about the Russia hoax? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. They said that Trump was working for the Russians. The dossier was total horseshit. There you go. They used it to try and get Trump to lose the election in 2016. So we're digging up the 2016 stuff. Like I said, he's playing Hotel California to see if he can get people to chill. Oh, by the way, people were saying that the Joey Swole thing wasn't done, that he made some kind of leaving statement. Oh, no. Come on, dude. Don't. I'm scrolling down here to see. Oh, yep, you're right. He did have someone just emailed me and said he made a crash out leaving statement. All the good I've done, all the people I've helped, all for nothing. I truly hope all the people I've inspired to do great things in their life and pay it forward to help others carry on my message. But no matter how much good you do, people just want for a reason to hate you and tear you down. You either die a hero or live long enough to be the villain. Thank you for your support. I'm done. Stop going on the fucking internet. Make your cocksucking video, do your dog fucking show, and then go clean your room, bucko. Jesus, all of these people. They dive dick deep into people that hate them, and then they go, I'm done then. Why are you doing? Shut the fuck up. Post your little gay fucking, TRT fucking weightlifting shit. And then if people don't like them, tell them they can suck your dick and you can watch your follower count either go up or down. But stop reading your goddamn comments. Stop checking your Twitter every 10 minutes. Go do something. I just want to tear you down. No shit. First time? First day? A lot of people upset with me calling me weak and a quitter or worse. You're not wrong and I deserve it. But just so we're clear, oh, by the way, he said, I'm done. And then like a true fucking internet obsessed guy, he left a giant reply to his I'm done because they're never done. They're not wrong and I deserve it. But just so we're clear and you can walk a mile in my shoes, they sent messages telling me they know where I live and they were going to unalive me. I get stalked on a regular fucking basis. There is a network of crazy mentally ill stalkers on command from another person because they think that we're in a relationship. They think they're a part of my life. They all need medication. Badly. I'm their fucking daddy. And it's a very unhealthy thing to be. But you know what? You live your life. That's the fuck you. They sent messages telling me they know where I live and they were going to unalive me. You know what like those gun guys on YouTube would do or those hunter guys on YouTube would do? They'd go, oh, you know where I live? You're coming to get me? Sounds like a great idea on your part, pal. Let me know. That's fine. I can handle that. It's not the first time. Then they went after my girlfriend, my business partner, and they found my sister's number and text messaged her. Yeah, that's fucking mentally ill and psychotic. Report it. Jesus. Some guy wants to go on the internet and say you're an asshole. That's one thing. That's fine. That's part of the gig. People start digging into your real life and they start stalking and harassing people. Then fucking report it. That's a good idea. You will get a good response because in the real world, people you report that to go, oh my God, that's fucking psychotic and mentally ill. These people need to be in an institution. That made me furious and disgusted with people. I lost it. So yeah, maybe I am done with social media. Now, go. You're done then. So yeah, maybe I am done with social media or need to take a break and get my head right. But I will say there's so many incredible people being supportive. I'm not saying fuck them too, but I'm saying put them in the proper perspective. They commented. Thank you. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Go meet cool people in the real world. That's what matters. Thank you to everyone, even those giving me a kick in the ass, telling me to stop being weak and a quitter. You just need to hear it once in a while. I just need to breathe. Oh, my God. Joey Swole, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Where are we at with the... Papa Shab says the Reddit response. Well, no, that was a Twitter response that I saw. That was... Richard Head said cheese is in your driveway right now. Cheese was very well behaved on Saturday. People still don't believe me. MSO says Crunchy is still sleeping in Stoney's dumpster. I did hear from Crunchy after the anniversary show. Crunchy is fine. Crunchy is doing okay. There was some controversy, but she's all right. I fucking triggered Hobo. I don't know why, but Bapa Shab says I'm making a joke. I'm calling him a Redditor. A little bit. Yeah, I see what you're saying. All right, somebody sent this in. Oh yeah. This is how you throw a proper real life tantrum.
We don't got no goddamn band.
We don't need to fucking practice, Randy.
We don't need to fucking practice, Randy. We don't need a shit-ass manager neither. You motherfuckers. Y'all just a bunch of losers.
I'm the only sane one.
I'm the only sane son of a bitch here. Just get the fuck out of my house now.
Not your house, Doyle. It's Linda's.
I'll slap the dog shit out of you, Vaughn.
I'll whip the dog shit out of you, Vaughn. I will fucking kill you if you talk to me again.
That goes for... is it gay efforts or is it cocksuckers? That goes for cocksuckers and retards.
Now, all of you, get the fuck out now before I get too mad to turn back.
Uh-oh. Is this where the guy in the wheelchair picks the absolute worst time to ask about their instruments?
What about our instruments?
Oh, no.
Come here, you little prick.
This is one of the greatest scenes in movie history. You're not supposed to laugh at that part of the movie, but every fucking time it's funny.
All y'all, now get the fuck out.
Like, what are you going to do? Hurt his legs?
Come on, you motherfuckers.
Morris, you
Get the
fucking
fuck
genius.
Out. Randy, you tuning son of a bitch. Don't fucking practice, Randy. Come on, Morris, you fucking genius. Get the fuck up and get the fuck out of here. God damn it.
This ain't right, man. Cole. Nobody wants to hear your shit, man.
Hey, there's something wrong with you.
Get the fuck out.
Nobody wants to take this shit, man.
You don't play the dots anyway.
Docs look good on paper. You don't sing them anyway. You're just showing your true area's color now.
Stay out of my goddamn face, you fucking buzzard.
This is where he goes, cocksuckers and retards.
Hey! I said, get out of my house. That goes for cocksuckers and retards. Now get up off your asses and go. Come on.
This is not...
and then they have the fight and everything. Leave. But goddamn, man, Dwight Yoakam was such an underrated actor in that movie. Doyle Hargraves to me is one of the best villains ever. Hobo Chili says, you and Dwight Yoakam have the same hairstyle. Well, a lot of talented people do. You keep your hair because you don't have a hot, smart brain burning any of yours off, Hobo. That's the deal. Johnny was up for the role, but he didn't get it. He could have had it, too. Miss Day writes, Johnny, no. Rusty Grammar says, I'm such a big fan of the toe. The internet made me a subreddit, whatever that means, but I'm honored. I hope they hit their goal, too. That's about it, right? Tolkien Studies says, Aaron, thoughts on Ray Mancini? Don't you tell me Boom Boom died. What the fuck? Oh, thank God. Okay, you're just asking me what I think about Ray Boom Boom Mancini. a popular brawler and slugger. I think he won a world title or two. Not the most talented guy in the world. Kind of actually very Arturo Gotti-ish. Kind of that brawler boxer type. Won a couple of belts, but I think he's kind of more famous for who he lost to. Well, and for killing a guy in the ring. Ray Mancini box rec. Like, he killed Dooku Kim in a fight, and then the referee of that match K'd himself eventually over the guilt. Yeah, Boom Boom was a lightweight who ran up like a 17-0 record. And then he got a fight with Alexis Arguello for the lightweight title. And Alexis Arguello, it was a good fight. And Mancini was doing a good job. And he kind of faded late. And in the 14th round, Arguello knocked him out. And it was crazy because Arguello was beating the shit out of Mancini. And then after the fight, he's hugging him and telling him he's a fan of his father. Ray Mancini's dad was a really good boxer, but he went to serve in World War II. And he got wounded and he couldn't fight anymore. And Alexis Arguello was telling him in the ring, he's like, I love your father. He goes, it's amazing what you have with your father. Like, I have my father. He goes, I'm a big fan of your father. And Ray Mancini's like fucking crying in the ring. This guy just kicked the dog shit out of him. And now he's like, I love your father, man. He's amazing. Then I think he ended up winning the WBC world title at some point because, yeah, he beat Dooku Kim by knockout in the 14th round. Kim died 4 days later of his injuries, and then the WBC immediately ordered all title bouts to be 12-round fights. That's the fight that kind of ended the 15-round bout. I thought maybe he didn't. Maybe he never did win a world title. I thought he did. Lost a couple of fights to Livingstone Bramble, who was a really good fighter. Lost to Hector Camacho, and then lost to Greg Haugen. For some reason, I thought Mancini won a title at some point. Did Ray Mancini ever win a title? Yes, he won. He held the WBA lightweight championship from 82 to 84. He won it by defeating Arturo Frias by knockout. He defended his title 4 times before losing it to Livingstone Bramble. I thought so. Why doesn't BoxRec say that any of these fights were for the title? Arturo Frias. That should have been a WBA world title fight. Look, I don't know. Numero uno Josh Denny fan always tells me what other celebrities were doing at 38 years old. Well, shit. Thank you, buddy. You always have a way of putting things in perspective. Tolkien says there's a Warren Zevon song about Ray Mancini. I don't remember that one. Hulkamasha Baby says, no, Anakin Skywalker killed Count Dooku. Different guy. Homo Chili says, so Mandingo beat Manicotti? I don't understand. Yeah, you pretty much got it. Yeah, he beat Freyas in Vegas in round 1 for the WBA title. Okay. That's funny. BoxRec doesn't list it as a title fight. And maybe they got some problem with the WBA. MSO says Aaron holds a title. He's the Queso King. Papa Shav, you don't know there's a guy named Livingstone Bramble? He was actually really good. We can look. Oh shit! You guys kept me here. You guys got me talking boxing, and now I stayed past 8:30. Son of a bitch! You guys are fucking tricky. Yeah, Livingstone Bramble beat Boom Boom Mancini for a title. And then he defended it. And then he beat Mancini in the rematch. Defended it against Tyrone Crowley. And then lost it to Edwin Rosario. And then after he got knocked out by Edwin Rosario, he's one of those fighters who kept fighting but was clearly shot. Because when he fought Mancini, he had one loss. And he finished his career 40, 26, and 3. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you very much. Numero uno says, get this. At 38, Bob Ross was a financially struggling painting teacher. 3 years later, he got a TV show that would make him a worldwide phenomenon and beloved cultural icon. See? There's time. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Thank you very much for your contributions. You guys are the absolute best. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Oh, Dago Doesn't Die says, I thought you were going till 9. That was only if we got the 20 gifted memberships. We didn't. So I just wanted to clear that up before I left. Take it easy, guys.